Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? It is Sunday, 12 p.m. The games come on today at 3:30, I believe. So me, Wes, Derek, and Real Talk are going to be recapping the beginning of the NBA season. Didn't really tweet about this as much because I've been sick and whatnot, but we're doing that today. I'll wait for them to pile in, but we're gonna be talking about a lot of this vibe is gonna serve as like an overall recap for the league in general thus far. So I'm excited for it. It's super duper early. I know a lot of people are asleep, especially after that super long World Series. That shit was crazy yesterday. But we here. What's good with you, Zay? I need to pull up my notes that I had and drop this inside of our chat real quick. But yeah, man, I'm excited. What's good, Derek? What's good? Let me
Hello.
turn my headphones real quick so I can actually hear you speak.
What's up? What's up?
Let me see if it's good.
What in the world was going on with Tragic in this chat?
Got you, Derek. I can hear you. I can hear you now. What's good, bro?
What's good? What was this chat with Tragic?
Yeah, we were up for like 4 hours with a wide range of topics that somehow ended up in me making a hinge. I don't know how that should happen, but
Incredible.
I did, so yeah. It was like going. It was like it was like out of context. That looks crazy.
Yeah.
Nah. It
definitely caught
does.
my eye. Yeah.
Word up.
Wild stuff.
Yeah, man. Oof. I know that it's probably early for like a lot of people here, but we wanted to try to catch this like right before the games came on, and I believe at 3:30 the first game is what, the Pelicans?
I believe so. I literally had it pulled up.
It might not be the Pelicans. Hang on.
My Sixers are at 6. Yeah, 3:30 Pelicans Thunder.
Oh, it is Pelicans. Look at me knowing some ball, which I feel bad because I feel like the Pelicans are going to continue to get belts ass, unfortunately.
Yeah, one of 2 winless teams. The Thunder are one of 3 undefeated teams.
It should have been 3, by the way, but
it should have been.
I digress. I digress, man.
Tough. And then my team plays the other winless team. So.
Oh, you do. So
yeah, I saw that.
Oh shit! Shit, is it y'all versus the Bulls?
No, the winless team.
Oh, winless team. So then who else is winless at this point?
Eastern Conference.
The Nets?
Yep.
I'm mad at how quickly I was able to identify winless. You got to be talking about the Nets.
Yeah. They're trash. Trash.
They are not good, man.
What is their draft capital situation looking like? Because man, it's bad.
Yeah, I think the difference is I had a lot of fun watching them last year. They are generally hard for me to watch this year. Like, it's just not the same, bro. And like I don't know if it's MPJ messing up the vibes. I don't know what it is, but it's generally hard for me to do it this year.
Oh, they only have their first round pick this year.
Oh, so they're good then.
I mean, they got something, but that's not enough. That's not enough to fix this.
Yeah, they're going to be going through the longest of 82 games. We're being honest. I don't even know like what their goals are in terms of like if they want to trade players crazy because like they don't really have high end guys to move for real value outside of what maybe Cam, but even Cam isn't going to be that much value. You know what I'm saying? He's not making that much money.
No, I mean that's the problem. That's the thing about these contracts, man. It's like when you get a guy on a rookie deal, which is obviously his different value, but like worse, a qualifying offer, they're almost untradeable. Because the kind of player you're sending out is more than likely a 24, 25-year-old. And you're looking for a player either younger on a rookie deal, which is unlikely to be moved, or you're looking for an older player, but like older, because you're not going to get a 26-year-old back more than likely. So now you're talking like a 30-plus-year-old you're trying to get back for $6 million. Like there's not that many 30-plus-year-old players that are good making less than $9 million. Right? So
yeah.
you're screwed. And then you're not going to get a good pick back. Because that rookie that I take with my like protected first, that contract is better than the qualifying offer you're trying to give me. And that player might just be better than I hate using Cam Thomas for the analogy, but like in this analogy, that's who it is.
Yeah. Well, it's that, and also like okay, what are the best teams around the league? If we had to think about it, that are perfect fits for Cam Thomas, like perfectly.
I don't know what. No, I'd argue there is no perfect fit for this current iteration of Cam Thomas. I do think a team like the Rockets could use him, like right this second. Okay. But again, like we've talked about this, his tendencies. Like, what about his game is going to change or adapt? Because do I really want this exact player that I'm looking at on a contending team?
It's
doing what he does, mind you, like 30 minutes a night, starting, taking like he hasn't taken less than 18 shots since 2022. So like I gotta imagine the role is changing wherever he goes.
It's a bit harder for me though, because I generally do believe if he played with better talent, I think his game would be a bit more like he plays a lot of grenade basketball. We have no one else who can get a shot here. I'm gonna get my shot off here, and then it's like bro, I'm sorry. That 40-point game versus the Spurs where he had no assists. When I'm watching that game live, dude is passing the ball. But my God, Terrence Mann can hit his shot. My God, Igor Demon don't got it right now. Like it was some nasty stuff. And then the game before that, in the blowout, he drops 33 points and 9 assists. He's a very odd player because while he had those higher moments, he's also had some duds this season in that same vein. So like I don't know what the best fit for him is. And like everyone says Cam should just be a 6-man, but it's like that level of talent to me, I feel like should be able to fit somewhere as a starting player. I do believe that, bro. I don't know.
What's good, Wes? Yeah, man. I'm low on Cam and this current iteration of him.
Yeah.
I hear you that he could be better in a better situation. But I just don't know what team that is. And then the more difficult thing is I don't know how he gets traded there.
That's the real problem to me. Oh, if you're talking West, we can't actually hear you. You're on mute still.
I was rapping on some degenerate stuff. That's why my mic was muted.
Oh,
hey fellas, it's good to see you all, man.
What's good, brother?
I'll be back recording. Y'all doing all right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Long day of hoops and whatnot.
I was about to say trying to chill on a Sunday.
I like the Cam Thomas angle. Interesting player. So
that's Cam Thomas right there.
Yeah. I think he could be more consistent in a better situation, though.
For sure. We totally agree on that. I think the tough thing is I don't know who will give up anything to get him.
Just so we're clear, my camera's on.
Yeah.
Yes, we see your camera for sure. I think you're echoing a little bit, but that's it.
I'm echoing. Let me check which mic is live.
I'm gonna pull up the list of teams while we do this because I do want to play this game.
Mm-hmm. Also, you said you had notes gifted?
Yes, I had notes on a couple things that really stood out to me for the beginning of the league so far. I was thinking we could basically do like all the games kind of through October to now and just like the most current events right now going on, you know?
That's cool.
Let me
Is it still an echo?
Test. I hear that. I hear that go right now.
Check. I'm echoing when y'all speak.
Yeah.
I'm gonna unplug.
Okay. So yeah, I have all the teams pulled up here. Let's just go through this, okay? Y'all tell me what teams you think Cam Thomas could fit in and have not just individual success, but like the team would actually look good, if not better. Boston.
Pass.
Word up. Okay. The Knicks.
Very specific trade I'm thinking of. Don't know why the Knicks would, or excuse me, I don't know why the Nets would do it, but I'll leave as like a maybe.
Okay.
I'm not saying yes. No,
another guard. yeah.
We got. I need healthy guards for sure, but Cam ain't gonna have a real job here. He don't want to come here.
Bet it up. And Wes, I don't hear the echo anymore. You're good. You're good now.
All right, cool.
Wes, what do you think about Cam Thomas on the Raptors?
He'd be better than Quickly, that's for sure.
Quickly has been. Oh my God!
Boy, was I wrong on that one, dude. I had IQ stock, and he has let me down. Offensively, he's just regressed in a major way. But I think my only issue with Toronto, it gets to a point where it's like, I think they need more so players who fit roles as opposed to just more talent. Like, I think they need true, like, just really good role players. And I think that's a part of their issue right now is they don't have that. So it's like, okay, Scotty, you have Brandon Ingram and RJ, for what it's worth, which I think it should be a role player right there. Instead, and I mean, obviously, RJ is a role player, but someone who fits specific roles, 3 and D, obviously, but hard to come by, not the easiest thing to do. So then you put Cam Thomas in that backcourt too, and it's like, okay, everybody can score, but it starts to give me like Sacramento vibes. And anytime someone gives me Sacramento vibes, I'm kind of cool on it.
It's a bad look.
Just I can see a lot of bad basketball being played in terms of like, bad basketball. Like Sacramento, they have a lot of tough shot makers, but they take a lot of bad shots. So when that's what you're relying on, a lot of times you're gonna run into issues. And like Toronto, they can't close games, and that's a big part of it. So I don't know, but he'd be an upgrade offensively for sure from IQ.
Okay. I think the interesting team here, the Houston Rockets.
That's cool. I would like him in Houston. I actually really would. I think though, I know Houston fans would say no and be like, "Ew, no, but Houston thinks they're too good for everybody. They best offense in the league. We have a great defense. We're fortunate, all that stuff. But when Josh Okogie stops being Klay Thompson and Tari Eason starts missing some shots again, that thing is going to look a little different. So I could see Cam Thomas there. But again, I think the plan for them, if I was their organization, I would probably say no. For the reason, like Reed, he looks like you could still get something out of him. It just may have to be in a different format, a different facet. And I think recently what he's found is, okay, I just have to be a really good complementary player. And for him, that, is being off ball. And I think they made it work being on ball. I think their offensive process and systems have improved from like the beginning of the season. And I think it may not be as additive as it may seem. So I don't know. Because I don't know. How do you all feel?
So I think with the Rockets, we know that like they still need a guard. My thing is like I feel like Cam Thomas is more of a scoring guard to help alleviate pressure. I think need a guard that can throw easy entry passes, play off ball, and defend. And that's not really what Cam Thomas' specialty is. I think it can work, but I don't think that's like the most ideal spot, in my opinion.
Yeah, if I'm them, I'm trying to I don't think they can get him. But if Portland does want to move Drew at some point, I'm targeting him.
Drew Holiday would be a great fit for the Rockets, I feel like.
And I think Drew Holiday, I'm OKC down. I think Drew Holiday makes him a real championship contender. I don't think they need that much. I think, I think they need someone who can make an entry pass, someone who can be a real ball handler, someone who can, like you said, defend, knock down shots, and be able to create, when need be, so.
Well, first off, good morning, everyone. Well, afternoon technically, but I'm still say morning. I just woke up for sure. How's everyone doing? Real talk was good with you.
What's up? It's definitely morning over here in the Central Time. But good morning to Wes, Derek, Gifted, Chad, and everybody.
Good morning, man.
Glad to be back. Haven't done this in a while. And a lot of fun things to talk about. It's been a very interesting start to the NBA season. I'm excited to see, particularly what Wes has to say for himself. As
for myself,
Giannis and Luka have. We don't have to discuss that yet.
Oh, that's why he's smiling. Okay.
Hold on, I had Giannis top 3. Luka was the one who I had behind somebody who may be emerging. A guy who looks like he's in that combo with Luka.
Right.
So
Luka's just averaging a mere 45, 12, and 7.
Yeah, no, I never said Luka was bad. Being in, we'll get into it at some point. But I said
for sure.
5 tier 1 players, and all of those players are playing exceptionally well. Well, yeah, I said 5, and Luka was a part of that. Yeah, I'm not doing the Jokic shit with you, dude. I'm not doing it. And just quickly, I want to be very clear on. I think we're getting to a place where, again, respect to Luka. I think he's played exceptionally well, and I think his brand of basketball is beautiful. I think, though, that we're starting to kind of dismiss, or I won't say we, but I've seen a lot of it on NBA Twitter, where when it comes to Jokic, it's like, well, his volume isn't there. And it's like, well, his volume isn't there, but that's really by watching him play. It's not due to lack of anything. It's not he lacks the ability to go score 30. He lacks the ability to go score 40. We know he can do those things. So now when he's not doing them, but he's also only taking 10 shots a game, 12 shots a game, and Luka's taking 27, I'm not going to fault Luka for it, but I'm also not going to fault Jokic for it. It's like, I know Jokic can score with the best of them. So I think we can't get blinded by volume.
Man, we have a lot to get to, y'all. I think the last time we talked was like a week before the season officially started. We had a lot of takes. I don't even know where exactly to start. Well, no, that's not true. I know where to start. I gotta say this, man. I have never been in a situation watching basketball where off the first 4 games, I'm willing to flip my entire shit over, completely overreact off brand. I knew Wemby was gonna be good. I swear to God I did. But for him to start out game 1 the way that he looked, and then his off game, people said, was, I believe, when he played Zion, and he still had 9 blocks. I'm truly running out of words to describe how terrifying the ceiling of him. No playoff games yet, but it dead ass feel like he's in an argument to be the best player right now. I think that's kind of crazy. I know we had him maybe top 5, 6, whatever, but he's firmly in that top 3, top 4 conversation right now, right?
Firmly in. I think he's in the top 5. Do you all feel like there there have been 3 players who separated themselves from the other 2? Because I think the top 5. See, I don't feel that way. And for the first time in the last few years, I'm where Real Talk is, where he's been. Like I don't think there's a definitive best player right now. I think
I agree with that.
5 guys in the conversation. I think all 5 guys are on that tier, or in that tier. I don't think they're like jockeying for positioning like right now. And maybe that's a small sample thing, like for me. So it's like I don't want to put too much and start edging this player over that one. When it has been 5 or 6 games for each guy. I mean, even Luka injury, he's played 3. So it's like I don't want to start. Oh well, Luka's here and Shai's here, or etc. But Wemby's been amazing, and I'm glad we're able to call you to the carpet for that Steph over Wemby shit. It was ridiculous when you said it. It's even more ridiculous now. But
hey, I have no problem. My whole thing is like I feel like with Wemby, it would start off slow and then pick up, and I was completely wrong about that. I just feel like when you set the tone the way that he did versus Dallas, where that game itself is one of the best regular season games I've seen. I've watched that game probably like 4 times now. Like the way that he was impacting both ends at a supremely high level. And I feel like it's really challenging in the way that I view basketball, because normally like we wait to have longer samples of data to say this player is in this conversation. We wait until like there's been multiple years you've played in the league to do this or that. And it just feels like he's inevitable when we have this conversation where like I've never seen a player with that skill accelerate his skills rapidly so quickly. You get what I'm saying? And like it feels like there's even room for him to improve as he progresses. But my biggest thing, and this will segue to another player later in the conversation with him, has to be shot diet. Shot diet. Victor's shot diet is way better from last season. And I think I didn't prepare myself for that adjustment. How do y'all feel about how he's looked offensively so far?
That's actually the one thing that was holding me back from putting Wemby in like that upper echelon of player. And for him to adjust that quickly, that's also why I don't really understand or get people that are trying to like victory lap about, oh, I had Wemby this good. Not you, Wes. I'm saying there's another particular Jokic Glazer that's on the platform that I frequent that that is going around like, oh, I've been telling y'all that Wemby is this good and da 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 da. And I'm like, yeah, but the things that people were critiquing him about, clearly Wemby and his camp felt that those were just critiques and adjusted his game and started playing how we wanted him to play. Like we didn't want the 7'5" guy shooting 9.5 threes a game. I just don't think, to me, that didn't make sense. Even if he could hit them at a pretty decent clip. Like, I'm not saying he's going to another exchange where like he's not even taking them right now, which I don't even necessarily agree with that. I think Wemby's a good shooter. I think he should shoot threes, but it shouldn't be 9-10 threes a game. It should be, okay, can we get stronger so then we can handle contact better and, be a devastating 2-point scorer, which is what he's, becoming. And then obviously him as a defender is otherworldly. We're getting to like Bill Russell territory.
I was going to say
Wembanyama as an individual defender, and that value alone is kind of, I didn't think that we would kind of ever see one specific player be that valuable or impactful in 2025 basketball, right, defensively, but it looks like we may be here. So that kind of value defensively, and then him just improving as a offensive player, damn near game by game. I think the next evolution for him is going to be the passing and the playmaking element, like when he gets to double teams, how to handle them and everything like that. And he doesn't even have great guard play right now. Like Dylan Harper he's fine. He's a really good rookie. Stephon Castle is cool. But he also averages a turnover per minute. Like, it's not even great guard play yet. Stephon Castle he's averaging like 6 turnovers.
Oh, okay. Like you got to think. Since I was multitasking, hearing turnover per minute, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, no, it was a hyperbolic
Like,
statement.
Yeah.
It was a hyperbolic statement. But yeah, once he gets the guard that for whatever reason a lot of people don't like it, De'Aaron Fox back, I think that even elevate them even more. And the Spurs may actually already be like a legit playoff team because he's this good already.
I think they win 50 games. I'm really getting there. I don't know like if I can die hard commit to that, but I'm really leaning that way. I do want to see more, but like the thing that I'm noticing more and more with them is like in a close game, bro, like these teams still don't want to go to the rim like that. And it's like if their defense is going to be that good when he's on the floor at the end, it comes down to 3-point variance and like how that'll play out on both sides. That's what makes me feel like they're going to be dangerous. Here's my thing with Fox, right? Regardless if you think Fox is a loser or not, or like how good or bad he is, Fox is undoubtedly going to be a better point guard than who they have right now at guard. And Fox has had a history of being able to close out games. Playing with Wemby specifically, I think Wemby can really make his shots look easier down the stretch. And if you just have that in a vacuum, with Harper as your backup, I think that's really good, man. I don't know, like, if it's title good. I don't know if it's NBA Finals good, but that's a very good team.
I also just want to add very quickly before Derek goes, the Spurs have the best defense in the league.
Yeah, they do.
That is when you consider that OKC is running around in this NBA and the Spurs, basically because of one player, have a better defense than them. He's already like an all-time great defender. Like, that ass. I even right now, him at 21 years old, I don't know if we'll be able to name 10 better defenders ever. Possibly not even 5. It's
okay. So okay. But I'm with you on 10. I think I'm comfortable with 15, like him being in the top 15 all time already as a defender. And I think he only rises. Then it starts to become an accolades thing,
Yeah,
can
true.
he stack some accolades? And then also seeing that playoff, just seeing him stack his playoff resume. But DJ D-Rec.
Shoot, top 5. I agree, Wes. If he gets a playoff run under his belt, then what? Why do I have to distrust my eyes? Like, I can just believe what I'm seeing as the best defender I've seen living. Like, he's doing everything you could possibly ask a single basketball player to do defensively. Like, the most impactful defense. He's averaging 30, 15, and 5. The 5 coming from blocks. I'm not worried about accolades either, because I don't know how NBA writers and analysts could deny him winning the Stocks Award every single season that he plays basketball. So he's going to be in the convo regardless of whoever's got a nice cooking narrative. So even if Wemby plays on a garbage team for the next 10 years, he's going to be top 3 in DPOY because numbers. Yeah, I mean, I think I was stuck on trying to get the Spurs as a 6 seed, and like that was the high end. And I still feel pretty good about that because they still have stuff to gel. But the fact that they're doing this much defensively, they've got this much buy-in from a second-year coach, which is, I think, another like great step for them. that they've got more experience and, rapport with each other. And their starting power forward is also not playing on top of their starting point guard not playing. That's a big deal. Like, that's two huge pieces coming back for yourself. Like, and I get it. Sochan is like, we don't know what he is offensively. But if I'm just getting another switch defender, another plus rebounder, someone else that's like, not Biyombo, like I'm just adding more healthy athletic bodies when Wemby has to sit for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I feel so good if I'm the Spurs. So yeah, like I think that's terrific. The Spurs are so much fun to watch. Like Wemby has made it must-see TV, despite what our glorious commissioner has said. You have to tune in to NBA basketball if Wemby's playing. Like I don't want to wait for YouTube highlights. They're not going to include them all.
That part.
It feels mandatory.
That part.
Like it's
YouTube highlights
so
to see
much
9
fun.
blocks.
Yeah,
see
exactly.
him get dunked on by Zion and then come back and erase three Zion shots in a row on the same possession. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
We gonna get to that silver guy, man. Fucking
we're gonna get to that.
Or
man,
the
for
FBI
sure.
is gonna get to him. We'll see. But I feel like to the Wemby 3-point shooting thing, it is interesting. He's taking, I think, like 3 a game compared to 8 last year. I do feel like the number is going to come back up. I think to kind of help with Fox to open up some more driving lanes. So I expect that number to finish around like 5 a game. But I think what Wemby's seeing, it's like he just feels so confident in his footwork, in his strength against 90% of NBA players that it's like, if I'm 5 feet from the basket, I'm going to look dumb if I try to like take anything deeper. And it's working right now. So until he encounters like the actual big bodies of the league, or he feels like he has to really open up the lanes for a Fox who's going to command more respect, I feel like he's going to just keep doing what he's doing. I think Castle has he's not shooting great, but he's shooting much better than he did last year. And I think the fact that they feel more comfortable with him, Vassell obviously, and Harper, Harper has been such a fun rookie. He's not rookie of the year because of the one who's on my team.
Insane finisher, bro.
Harper, what I love about him is he's already been so adaptable. He strikes me as like a no ego type of player, and he's like, I'm gonna just get my shots where you give them. Like whatever the defense gives me, I'm gonna make it happen. And because he's playing with like no set like agenda, he's just going out there and doing good basketball. It's like that's why it's so fun, like to be the Spurs. And yes, like the Atlanta pick is like all the more enticing. Get like if they get another wing, it's like
oh my god, bro.
I guess I'll see you all in a decade when our teams are relevant again. Like shoot.
If they get AJ or Cam Boozer,
yeah.
Speak
bro.
for your team.
Shout out to you getting one last year, man. Like because the agendas can just go off the board.
70. Well, we
100%
really on pace for 82, undefeated tapes.
Right.
But they'll be a force. They're a force to be reckoned with. And if this Atlanta stuff pans out that way, it'll be even greater.
I think the last thing I want to say about Wemby's defense before we pivot to the next team, the biggest thing that I care about the most is just like his maturity as a player on both ends. Like it's not just the shot diet, but it's also like he's actually getting the rebounds more. And it's like, okay, if he's legitimately going to give me 15 rebounds with blocks and steals, he is closing out multiple different possessions, not including the ones where teams do not get to the paint and they settle for shots because of his presence. When you add all those things in, that's what raises his value to be as high as it is right now to me. The thing that I'm a bit nervous about, and it's probably the only thing, I still think Wemby is a better on-ball three-point shooter than catch and shoot. And when Fox comes back, he's going to need to make more specific catch and shoot threes. Very small tidbit, but
I also saw like that
Fox got to
Miami
play
game.
off us. We don't play off Fox.
True.
Got to play off us.
That Miami game, I still think he's a bit susceptible to good, strong, bigger wings that can keep up with them. Give him a bit of a hard time with their strength and stuff like that. I still think he can get like pushed off his spot and stuff like that. Like he definitely has added strength, but just him being that tall still just, I mean, you can get up under him a little bit, you can push him a little bit. I am very interested in seeing how he does against OKC whenever that game is, because they're going to put J Dub on him. They're going to put Dort on him from time to time. I don't think it's just going to be Chet. And I want to see how he deals with the Legion of Boom, aka OKC. And so
I do want to
if he
see
can pass
those
that
games.
test, then yeah, we're official.
Yeah, I think that's the perfect transition point because I really want to discuss Oklahoma City. I've watched a good amount of their games. I gotta say this right now, man. Most improved. He might not win most improved. Sixth man of the year, though, for me. Like the Thunder finding AJ Mitchell, bro, and signing AJ Mitchell to a 360 of hell. He's making $9 million total for 3 years. Like that's the greed they talk about in the Bible, bro. AJ Mitchell has been so phenomenal and instrumental to what OKC has been trying to do. And he's a huge part of why not only have they closed out games with many guys hurt, but even in their blowouts, he's the one that's like extending these spots. And it's not just scoring, like he's a multifaceted player. And he seems to be the next breakout player for them for this upcoming season. I think he's a huge part of why they are a completely undefeated team. I've been very impressed by him. He's been really good to me.
Yeah, absolutely. I think sixth man of the year is definitely in his sights. Whether or not he'll be able to get it, I think depends on, just what his minutes are when J-Dub returns and what his role ends up being, because obviously everyone knows, we have a really deep basketball team, and sometimes, you got to get in where you fit in. So I think AJ, it all depends on, just like I said, what happens when J-Dub comes back. Where does his role land? But he's been amazing, and to be honest, he was really good last year. And we just didn't need to use him that much. But like,
Yeah.
he was really good last year, and it was imminent. Immediately as soon as he got on the court, it was clear like he was a rookie that had something, and potentially it. And he's special. Like I think he's I don't want to get too crazy, but his numbers could be a lot better if it weren't for his situation. Like I think the more you extend the rope, the more he's gonna just get out of the opportunity. Like so, I think the world of the kid, and I'm glad he's on our team.
6-0 right now.
Yeah, another really good player for OKC. Another guy that's going to have them winning 65 plus wins this season, and Shea's going to get another MVP while not performing the best in the regular season again. So, shout outs to them. Shout out to AJ Mitchell.
Man, that brother is that brother is all the way over there, man.
Yeah, man.
We
but no, AJ Mitchell
brother,
is a very good player.
He's
really
nice.
good on the ball. Very good in pick and roll. I don't really think there's going to be a problem with when J-Dub gets back. I just think that, honestly, I just think Chet's role offensively kind of just goes down even more a little bit. I think Chet's going to be a third, fourth option in his career. I think Chet is going to be this generation's Bam / Evan Mobley, to where we're like waiting on that great offensive leap every year. And it's like, he's a good offensive player, but I don't ever think he's going to be like this. I don't think he's going to be what some OKC fans envision in their mind. Me personally.
What do you think that is? Because you throw out fourth option. There's no world where he's
a fourth option.
Because I think obviously Shea is a better offensive player. I think J-Dub's a better offensive player than him, and I think AJ Mitchell potentially can be a better offensive player.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I'll throw out a name. I'll throw out a name real quick. Just out of curiosity, of a player that again, not a 1-for-1, but like could very well fill in the Chet. Like Chet could fill in this kind of career. I feel like a Rasheed Wallace type is kind of possible for Chet. Reason I say that is you have a player who's super talented on both ends of this basketball, but never really asked to be more on the ball or more important for team success.
Mm.
So I feel like that could be Chet, where it's like when he's hyper aggressive defensively, it's cool, but I gotta worry about like the foul trouble. Obviously, he's had a couple freak injuries too, so that hasn't helped. But like, could really maybe not be like the full fledged anchor, but an anchor with good support, and you've got an all time great defense, and that's what he's had. And then offensively, it's like he can do everything I ask him to, but I'm better not asking him to do a lot. And I feel like that's also been true through his career so far as well. Like she could do technically everything. I didn't want him to do everything because then it would get kind of nasty. But I feel like that's kind of possible for Chet, where it's like, yeah, I mean, third option offensively on a championship team, that sounds right. Like, I obviously have an MVP in Shea, and then I've got J-Dub who just does everything better offensively than Chet does right this second.
I guess
So-
my question is like, how long do we think OKC keeps all three of them on the same roster?
I think they can, because they're going to just be able to substitute these rookie contracts, or if Presti gets away with the Sam Hinkie deals, then why can't they keep three good role players behind these three players?
Yeah, I think the revolving door will end up on like the role players. So it'll come
Okay.
down to the iHearts, which we know he'll be gone, the Carusos, which we know he'll be gone, and then it'll be, I think we opt to try to keep Kaysen.
Sure.
Dort, I could see them potentially moving at some point. But if we can keep Dort, I think we do. Obviously, some of that will have to be team-friendly contracts, which I don't think Dort is opposed to. But we'll see. We'll see what his market is. But, yeah, I don't think there's any chance that we ever look to move it either of the three. Like the big three, they're
I
going
don't think they should.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll be there, and money-wise, they'll make it work. And it doesn't hurt to have AJ on, somewhat of a a bargain, somewhat of a
Not, bro,
bargain.
Wes, $9 million. Like his agent got to
Somewhat a
be
bargain.
Somewhat a
$9 million for
bargain.
3 years, bro.
Somewhat. I mean, but part of that was just getting some security, like
Yeah, that's
having a standing in the NBA be set in stone for a few years. Obviously, still crazy, but we paid him early.
He's an older second round pick too.
Yeah, so we paid him early, gave him some stability, and when he comes off of this contract, he's gonna get paid. That's a guy who I could see us losing potentially, just for a better role, better opportunity. But we'll see. We've got him for 2 more years for sure.
I just
Yeah.
want to be on record, so nobody up here besides me thinks AJ Mitchell can be a better offensive player than Chet.
He may be a better offensive player. He won't be the third option over Chet.
Yeah,
Like
do you mean
that.
That's
just
what
in
I'm saying.
general talent, or like
Yeah.
on this team?
Well, I guess I'm saying talent.
Oh,
Just offensive player. I think AJ Mitchell can be a better offensive player.
Yeah,
I don't know, because the problem is AJ being a guard also suits his skill set. He came out and is playing to his strengths. Him and Chet are the same age, so I don't know that AJ gets like immensely better necessarily. That's the reason he's like slipped to the second round, annoyingly so, because I really wanted him. But I don't know. I'd still say Chet could. The value is going to be through like the screen setting, the offensive boards, the stretch big. Like it's going to be that, but skills wise, sure, AJ probably should
and
be
it's
better.
important. It's important for me to highlight as someone who watches every minute.
yeah.
Chet has improved offensively, and he's like really good. Like he's gotten off to a really good start. 23 and 10, if I'm not mistaken. True shooting is out of here. It won't stay at 72 the whole year, but he's playing really good offensive basketball, and he's cleaned up some of the things that he struggled with. Now, obviously, even more like we spoke on Wemby and some of his strength issues, even more so for Chet. So like,
Mhm.
yeah, if you have leverage, you can get up under him, move him off his spot, get him a little uncomfortable. But the shot has improved so much. And he looks like the guy that we thought we were getting out of Gonzaga. He looks like the guy the first half of his rookie season. And that's why, or his second year in the league, his rookie season was hurt. But that's why, like, I don't put too much stock into what we saw offensively from him last year because coming off the hip injury,
Mm.
obviously he lost strength in his legs, his whole lower half, his whole base. He lost some strength in last year after breaking his hip. And just coming back not in, great rhythm for basketball. So like he had to get in where he fit in on that team and had to figure out how to make his impact in other ways. Now the shot's smoother, it's quicker, and he looks a lot more confident. Like he's catching it in the middle and he's immediately turning over that shoulder and shooting. He's not hesitating offensively. He's not playing, and J-Dub being out helps because he's our clear second option offensively. But I think also just having an offseason to and work on his game and not just rehab,
Yeah.
So I think those things are important. And I think he's clearly going to be the third best talent and option. And, depending on how that efficiency goes, like I don't want to disrespect J-Dub, but there's a possibility where he's as valuable offensively as J-Dub.
I do want to ask real talk this, right? When you're asking the AJ Mitchell versus Chet conversation offensively, my question would be, do you think in his current contract for AJ at any point he will be a better offensive player than Chet? That's my main thing. Like in these next 3 years, will he overtake Chet offensively? Because to me,
I
like
think
that
that's definitely it's definitely in the realm of possibility. I'm not a believer in Chet's frame. I just
Mm.
seeing Wemby be able to get stronger and put on mass like that and one off season. Like the only other player I kind of remember being a a great offensive player with that kind of frame is Kevin Durant. And yes, like he's shooting the ball well right now. He's not Kevin Durant, right? So, and Kevin Durant moves better, handles the ball better, etc. So we don't have to get into why Kevin Durant's better than Chet offensively. Like we get. I just when the three is going in, he's going to be very good and very valuable. I still saw in that Rockets game, that opener. Um, West said the shot is faster. I saw him in that second half still turning down a lot of 3-point opportunities he could have got up if he wanted to shoot the ball. He started doing that pump fake shit again. Um, I think he can be I think he can be a very good offensive player. I don't ever, to me, see him being a great offensive player. I think he peaks at very good play finisher who can attack a closeout, right? Pick and pop guy that can hit that pick and pop three very well. Very good roll man, lob threat, and occasionally can, you know, get you with that 1-2 dribble spin midi pull up that he loves to go to. But like I don't see much diversity in his offensive scoring game. But he can be efficient in what he does for sure.
Are you saying how he gets to baskets? Because I mean, he has diversity in where he scores from. Like he scores at every level.
I'm saying, yeah, how he
Um,
gets the baskets. That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
I mean, what you
I
described sounds
don't.
like an excellent big.
Yeah,
Like I think
and
that's still potentially a top five. I mean, with so much talent now, but like top 5 to top 7 big in the league is what you just described. Knowing what
yeah,
I
he is
mean, I think
defensively.
I still think, I said he's very good, but I'm saying as far as
but I
offensive
mean, unless you
players and
think
we're
AJ is
ranking
going to
like
be great
scoring,
offensively, why
I
would it
don't
Mm.
think
matter?
he's going to be a great offensive player.
Yeah,
I
He's
think
but
going to
that's
be a really good
unless
fine.
you think AJ is going to be that, why would that matter? Because your
Yeah,
statement was about where he would rank on the team
That's all I'm
or
saying.
any team moving forward in his career, and it's like we don't have a player who legitimately, even AJ at his very best, I don't think. Now again, we don't know what he could become. So maybe he becomes this engine for some team, and he leaves and he go. But if he leaves, it doesn't matter. So as long
Yeah.
as he's in OKC, he's not gonna be a better option than Chet, nor more productive than Chet. So I don't.
I mean, if the conversation is, well, AJ's not going to be able to hit his full potential because of the surrounding roster, then I suppose.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But that still wouldn't be like, let's say right now, if Chet was on the Lakers right now, I still wouldn't be making any arguments that Chet's a better offensive player than Austin Reeves because we have LeBron.
Yeah, Austin
and
Reeves is
Luka.
better than AJ Mitchell.
But
though.
I'm saying, obviously, right now, but I'm saying, I think AJ Mitchell has the potential to be as good as Austin Reeves offensively, is what I'm saying.
And that's saying a lot, dude. Like, and I'm not a Reeves fan. That's saying a whole lot, but I respect it. I think it's more so wishful thinking and you valuing like certain things, specific things offensively, depending on who the player is. Like knowing you for a few years, I think you prefer like guards offensively anyway, unless you have a certain type of big with a certain type of dominance and a certain type of skill set. And it's clear that Chet doesn't fit those things for you with his lack of strength. And, you know, depending on depending on what pocket of basketball you're watching, may be limited mobility at times as well.
Yeah.
With his injury history over the past few years. But, you know, I think we listed so many great things that Chet does offensively, and I don't see any of those things changing. I think he just improves upon them. And if he reaches a ceiling and it's like, yo, he doesn't get much stronger. He can never be on Wemby's strength training regimen and get that strong or become, nobody's ever going to do what Giannis did again. Like, that shit is fucking crazy. But
Yeah.
to be that guy, it's like, okay, I think it's cool because he still is effective. And he has a lot of things that, he's a plus at offensively. So, but, to each of them.
Yeah, I definitely think it'll be a cool conversation. I guess my last take on it would be is like, I just think when your best player is Shea, who's gonna have the ball a ton, and then you go to J-Dub, I think the room for AJ to show that would have to be in lineups where at least one of those other ball handlers is not going to be there, which I think he can thrive in. But I think Chet is going to have more of a impact offensively because of his role than AJ will, at least on the same team. If you're saying like off the team as a player, sure, but like I think we got to see that. But yeah, good talk about them. I mean, they're still a very good team. They were my preseason pick to win the title.
Elite.
Yeah.
They are that good word. We're an elite team.
Elite.
The
yes.
elite team.
The elite team. They are the team that you measure yourself against. They deserve that, I would say, respect, rightfully so. Moving on to a team that a lot of people put respect on in the offseason, and they have not quite lived up to it so far. But again, it's early. The Orlando Magic. Fellas, brother, what are your thoughts on how the Orlando Magic have looked? I'm gonna start with real talk. I believe you had them going real far. And again, it's early. It's super early. So like,
Absolutely. I'm not changing my take on that quite yet, right?
Okay.
I had the Orlando Magic in the finals. Now, me saying that now seems a bit crazy, but hey, it's early in the season. The one,
it's early.
There's a few things that are discouraging me about Orlando, though. Number one is that shooters go over there and die, right? So we had the example of KCP, and I didn't think it would happen to Desmond Bane because as good of a shooter as I think KCP is, I actually think Desmond Bane is an even better shooter than KCP. And Bane has gone over there and not shot the ball particularly well. That's a concern. Jalen Suggs, I need him to be healthy, right? I need Jalen Suggs to be healthy and available. Franz has looked pretty good. Can't really say too many negative things about Franz, but obviously I think the story of the Orlando Magic so far this season is Big Peak 5, man. He doesn't play like Big P5. He plays like Little P5 because
Big
he
P5.
Big P5.
refuses.
This is crazy.
He refuses to be
Big
6'10", 250, bro. I don't understand. Still shooting a lot of these pull-up middies that aren't going in. Doesn't all just his first reaction to contact while handling the ball is to get into some kind of counter move to get into a jump shot instead of like what we've seen Giannis and LeBron do. People of his like stature, like your first sign of contact as a ball handler shouldn't then force you to go into a counter. Brother, just put your shoulder down and keep going. I don't understand why he wants to be so skillful. And I'm like, look, you're so but you don't have to really be that skillful, game. Like, be big, bro. Pause, but be big. Like, stop playing not up to your potential.
I don't pause
because
that. That's Big P5 to you, man.
You want to play. You want to play a specific like play style or whatever. I clearly that kind of stuff like that face-up game that developing is very important to him. I'm not even mad that he does want to develop that skill set because as you age as a player, that is going to be what you rely on more and more and more. However, use your youthfulness right now, gang. Just go. What are you? I don't know. It's very confusing. It's very frustrating watching Paulo play sometimes. Yeah.
I think Derek posted some important statistics in this conversation. So, Derek, feel free to take it away, man.
Yeah. Look, I've discussed this a few times now. My goodness, Mike, please. So Paulo right now is trending in the right direction for a few important statistics. Published this or posted this a little bit earlier from Jackson Frank. So the rim frequency, the free throw rate are going up. The long middies that we complained about and the 3-point rate are going down. The problem is he's just missing. Which is not good. That you can't really bail out a missed bucket. However, the whole Orlando Magic team outside of Franz at the moment is basically missing more than they normally do. So I feel like I'm staying pat. Like I told you I'm going to go down with the ship because it was the biggest reach of a take I had in the offseason, but I still feel okay about this team. Defensively, they're basically where they should be. They're not top 10 at the moment, but they're flirting with it. I think they're like top 10 in rating, but not top 10 in points. So I feel like they're going to course correct and get there. The offense scares me, but I just need to be league average. In the East, I do feel like that's enough for a deep playoff run. And I think if they can go be competitive with Cleveland like they have been in the playoffs, I don't see why they can't be competitive with every team in the East right now. So I feel okay. To Real Talk's point about Paulo, yeah, it's still been frustrating. Because the thing I didn't even care about like the shooting necessarily. I assume that will still get straightened out. It is the passing. It's the why can't the whole Magic team now be good at passing the ball? Because in my mind, I assumed we would get right and have 4 good passers on the floor in the starting lineup. That being Suggs, Bane, Franz, and Paulo. Like, they're all high IQ enough. They have all had experience being like the guy in various situations. Even if you don't have a true facilitator, there are 4 good passers. And that should be enough to make a good offense. Not a great offense, but a good offense. And that's what they don't have right now. So I don't know if it's a Mosley problem. It might just be a Paulo problem as far as like he just can't make jumpers enough as much as he wants to take them. But I feel okay about him, man. Like the rest of the East is messy. I think they're right in striking distance. The Chicago Bulls are the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference right now. It's not wrapped yet. It's not wrapped yet. We got more season to go.
Where do they rank in pace?
That's the other concerning part. They're high. And that's why I'm concerned because it's like you can't ramp it up. They're 7th right now in pace.
So they're not even I wanted them to play faster. I thought that would be beneficial because,
Yeah.
like you said, they're like now having that many ball handlers on the court, you don't really have to, make one or fixate one to be your primary. Like, okay, if Paulo gets the rebound, okay, we can go off of that. If Franz gets the rebound, we can go off that. If Bane gets it, we can go. And hopefully, I was in my mind, the more they picked up the pace and played against non-set defenses, that
Right.
would in turn help their offense be better than if they were playing this slow pace and playing against a set defense all the time, where that kind of like lack of shot making can turn up, like show up more often. So they're not even playing slow, and they're still not.
I'm gonna tell you my thoughts on this shit, man. They said, I'm gonna just say it. Wendell Carter has to be one of the most annoying players to watch because in a couple of their wins, his rebounding has been everything. But offensively, this man is one of the most inconsistent finishers in the league right now at this point. I don't think Real Talk doubled down on this shit hard enough. Shooters really do go to this team to die. Desmond Bane is shooting 25% from three. And the crazy part is, I'm still seeing the shooting gravity of having Bane on the floor with that there. So I do think when Bane starts actually making shots at a higher clip, they're going to be dangerous. But you can see the impact he's had on their offense looking better. But it's just like the overall team shooting wise is just very dull. And it feels like when they're down a lot, like it's hard to like battle back as much, I would say, compared to other teams. I think Franz has been good. I like Franz jump shot mechanics. It looks a lot better. Wes called it early. That shit looks pretty good. So I don't want to count them out. I don't. I mean, the Bulls are the literal 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. They have not lost a game. I don't know how, I don't believe in that shit, obviously, but it's looking rough for them, man. Like they've been a very underwhelming team to witness so far for me.
Yeah. Excuse me. Only thing I would add, I think some of this is just going to be regression back to the mean, and I think they'll hit their stride. 7 games into the season for them, currently a game under 500, but they'll hit their stride and they'll make it make more sense. I think some of this is Mosley, and some of it is having a team that has a lot of depth with players who do the same exact things or have the same strengths, same weaknesses. So, I think that's a part of the thing that they're going to have to figure out. Like, Anthony Black seems to be emerging.
Yeah.
But where he operates best is where everyone else operates best. And his strengths are what everyone else's strengths are, his weaknesses. So when that starts to become a thing, I think a big part of their issue is they're just not going to it reminds me of Denver, but not walk with me, understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
3-point volume versus 3-point efficiency. You don't have to shoot a lot if you shoot a good percentage. If you don't shoot a good percentage, you're going to have to get more up. And I think early on in the season, I don't think their 3-point volume has been good enough either. And I think that's one of the things that has hurt their offense. When you don't convert, well, something's got to give. And I think with their 3-point volume, they'll have to start playing some of the guys. Like, I get it. I get, maybe Jet's not showing Mosley enough. But Jet might need to be on the court. Maybe I forgot the kid's name, one of their wings who shot really
talking about
De Silva. De Silva.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe he has to get more burn. And
I don't think he's shot the ball well yet this year, though. But.
Oh, he hasn't shot well this year.
No,
okay,
De Silva's been league average. We talked about him. To Wes's point,
okay.
Magic are 27th in attempts, by the way.
Mm-hmm. See, so that volume's is gonna have to go up for them because again, that's kind of how this NBA works. And a team like Denver, although it looks drastically different, they could get away with it because they were so efficient with the opportunities that they had. If we could be at the bottom of the league if we're shooting 40%, makes it a lot easier. So That's my only advice. And make sure that like Franz has been going away in second halves. That's got to stop. And I think in large part it's happening because we want this person to get some more touches, and we want this person to get in where he fits in, and get this guy some more opportunities. And it's like, nah, you gotta set a pecking order, man. You've got to be, especially with him being their most efficient basketball player.
He's the best shooter on the team right now,
He's
which is crazy to
gotta
say.
get the opportunities, and I'm not even talking just threes. Like he just needs to be able to rock. Let that guy who's really good at seemingly everything except for shooting, which he's doing that well through the first 7 games. Let him rock. Let him just go be free at all times. And if Paolo's not on the court, he's got to be the decision maker. He's got to be
Yeah.
numero uno. And there are a lot of times where in some of these staggers, it's not happening that way. So it's helped Anthony Black, but is it helping the team? You know, and that's where I would start. But I think they'll be fine.
I saw a chart about their fourth quarter usage, or their quarter by quarter usage as far as like
Mhm.
individual players, and the greatest disparity between them is the fourth quarter, where Paulo's usage just jumps up, it skyrockets, and then Paulo's just absolutely, I mean, not Paulo's, Franz is absolutely tanks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's a winning formula. I don't think that's a formula for success. Paulo's just not the. I mean, I get it. You want to go to your best player, whatever, in the fourth more consistently, but he's just not the level of shot maker right now to rely on him to that degree in fourth quarter settings. And so they need to figure out how to run better offense in the fourth quarter in late game situations, because what they're doing right now isn't sufficient.
Bingo.
Yeah. Well, there's still time. There is another team in the Eastern Conference that I'm actually very excited to get to, because you know what I'm saying, one of my people up here is the most negative about this team. The Philadelphia 76ers are up. Let's talk about it, right? This is a team that a lot of people say are going to be dead in the water. We didn't know exactly how Embiid will look like. And Tyrese Maxey is the MVP candidate right now. 7 games in, right? So like, I got to give it yes, real talk, MVP candidate. Listen, if Tatum can get I'm top 10, Maxey with the way he's playing right now can get that off, I would say. But I've seen a lot of impressive things about this team. I really think what VJ Edgecombe has done for the Sixers needs to be talked about more. That backcourt is extremely, extremely impressive. They can't guard a soul, but they get right back at the same time. And that's been their, I would say, game by game formula. How consistent that is for long-term success, I don't know. But right now, they've been a blast right now to watch.
I mean, I think it's only fitting that Derek.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, what else can I say? The backcourt has been nothing short of incredible to start the year. Maxey's on an absolute tear. Through 5 is averaging 35 and 9 on I have it here. 46, 47, 87 splits. Dude's playing like an absolute 1A option. It's terrific. He's doing everything he can to backpack this offense, and VJ's done more than you could ask of any rookie. Be the backcourt mate to a young guard, support this band of misfits and injured squad, and he's just averaging a cool 21, 5, and 5 on good shooting splits himself. Like, attitude's terrific. If nothing else, I have my backcourt for the future. I'm a happy camper. But somehow the rest of the team is doing enough to win. I know they just, it's tough to call it blow a game when you were down 20 at one point, almost 30 against the Celtics. But that was our first loss of the season. I mean, the guys are stepping up and trying to do their jobs. While Embiid is still getting back into shape / I guess call it rehabbing, and missing PG and missing McCain. I'm pleasantly surprised. The team is trying its damnedest to stay relevant, try and make it work. But yeah, we're hooping. Number 1 in blocks, I think number 1 in points, and top 3 offensive rating. Couldn't have called it. Couldn't have called it.
Could not have predicted that, Wes.
Yeah, the block statistic really. I was talking to one of my men yesterday actually, and he was running down some of Philly's stats, and that really surprised me, like completely threw me off. But salute, shout out to them. I do have a question, Derek. Is there any level of concern for when PG has to return? Like, is there any world where you all may, and I only say this from the VJ standpoint, I think VJ is playing so well and he's so comfortable. And when PG comes back, I think just by proximity and seniority, everything, I think his role, just naturally, he gets pushed down. I think he's going to still score. He's going to be a transition demon. He's going to, and he's done such a good job of not having to have the ball to be productive. But I still worry, and I wonder if you, like, where you stand on that. Like, just.
I mean, as far as PG, the thing, look, I mean, we need him back regardless. Because the biggest thing right now is that the minutes are not sustainable. Maxey, VJ, and Kelly Oubre are all 3 playing north of 38 minutes every game. And
Yes.
that's not sustainable for any human being's knees, let alone a team to be successful. Part of the reason why our defense sucks so much is because Maxey and VJ come third and fourth quarters are absolutely gassed. So they cannot be asked to stay in front of somebody for more than 8 seconds. And then Joel Embiid's not the same defender. And while Bona's been cool blocking shots, like, he gets pulled out. So defense is just kind of Swiss cheese because we don't have the depth. PG's going to help with that. I'm not claiming PG. This is OKC PG or Indy or anything like that, but he's still a stable wing defender, good size, understands where to be. That's going to be helpful. To the VJ minutes and like impact, VJ's still going to play a ton, so I'm not too concerned. It might take away from his touches, but I think Nurse understands what's best for the Sixers is letting VJ get his game off and understanding PG's out of his best when expectations are not on him. Like, PG, go hoop,
True.
but we're not running offense through you. There's no demand. This isn't like last year in the games you played where you had to bring the ball up and make decisions. I'm not asking you to do any of that. Tyrese, when he's on the floor, that's him. VJ a little bit, that's him. If Embiid's on the court, somehow the ball's going to touch his hands first. So PG just has to go execute. And I feel like that's got to be comfortable for a guy coming off of injury who, I mean, maybe he would say otherwise, but for someone who's like 34 making 51 M's and has a successful podcast, I don't think basketball is his top priority. I don't think he needs to like risk anything. I feel like he's cool with chilling and just being a cog in the machine.
And see, that
would be great.
I asked because in the past, he's always expressed displeasure with having roles where he's not, like, where offense isn't being run through him, where he's not on ball and being given the reins to be a playmaker at times and getting his game off through creating a rhythm. Because he always is saying, scores. Yeah. We got to get the ball and create a rhythm. I can't. I remember 2 years ago with the Clippers, I can't function if I'm just off ball. Like, I'm not a catch and shoot player. I'm not Clay. Like, I got to go get the ball. I got to touch the ball. I got to, So it'll be interesting because I do worry about that. But I think if he can move into this next chapter of his career where he's getting paid really handsomely to potentially be
$50 million
Tobias Harris.
Yeah.
If he can really just accept this and be the best in his new role, y'all are a dangerous team. Dangerous team, depending on obviously Embiid's health and what you can get out of him.
I think what I would say, and like I'm curious if Real Talk agrees with this, right? Like the way that VJ's been playing, like independent of his actual touches, the ball just seems to find him, and he makes very quick decisions. I think that's why he's been so productive. He doesn't need the ball for 12 of a full 24 to actually like make a play. He makes very fast reads, and I think with Paul George, Maxey, Kelly, like I think he'll be in spots to do that, and he scores in transition. Those types of players to me are normally going to be more sustainable, but we don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, as far as the VJ thing, I'm going to always tell Derek every time I see him when VJ gets brought up. I told Derek that VJ was their two guard of the future, right? And Derek, you know how Derek is about the 76ers. He gets in his pessimistic.
I don't know,
way.
man.
And you know he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to go all the way optimistic on stuff because you know stuff tends to fall apart in Philly. So I don't even blame him. But
Yeah,
VJ is one hell of a player, man. And also defensively, I think he's going to be a very good defensive player in this league. I think right now probably has to do more with like conditioning, right? He's a rookie playing heavy minutes on a bigger court in a longer game. Like I think eventually that gets cleaned up as well because his flashes are amazing defensively. My only concern about Philly, I mean, Wes brought up getting paid $50 million to beat Tobias Harris. How about getting paid $70 million to play 25 minutes? I think that's that's another thing. Joel Embiid just isn't the same player right now. Now maybe that changes as the year goes by, but his mobility is lacking. Him as a defensive player because of it is not the same. Him offensively, I mean, already a jump shot reliant player is even more jump shot reliant right now. But if you can have Tyrese Maxey playing at this level and you know potentially put in his bid of hey, I'm the new franchise guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the one now. If you build around me and my skill set, that can lead to playoff success as well. And he's definitely making the case for that. Kelly Oubre is also playing really well for them.
he's playing great.
I know a lot of 76er fans despise Kelly Oubre most of the time. All I hear about him is how much of a dumbass he is for most Sixer fans, but he's been playing well right now. Very good defender in my estimation.
Let's not get there. Yeah,
Okay.
He's rebounding.
Let's not do the
He's
very.
rebounding. He's
good
rebounding the
stuff.
ball. You know.
Yeah, if he's good, then Vando's very good. Like, okay.
I said defender. I didn't say
No, I know.
I mean, Vandos is a very good defender. That's
Oh,
not Vando's problem. I mean,
Oh, we're still doing very good. Okay.
Vando's still a very good defender. His problem is he can't put ball in hoop or catch
Or
it.
on floor.
Or he just can't do anything.
Can't
on
do
that
nothing
other
with
end.
ball.
Yeah, nothing with it. But Philly's off to a great start. Promising at players in Maxey and VJ, and I do think that their future is bright. I don't know how bright the right now is because I don't see Joel Embiid being a. I don't think this is sustainable, to be honest with you. Like, and I don't think he's going to be a top tier performer like they need him to be. But I'm actually very excited to see what the post Joel Embiid 76ers look like, and that's because of Tyrese and VJ.
That's interesting because his per minute production is still really high, and it's clear that he's not, you know, his normal self. He's not at full strength. Maybe he never gets back to that, but I think Embiid has still been pretty good despite the issues that you've laid out. So it's interesting to me that that's where you land.
I mean, he's falling from all-time great player. So even when he declines, I mean, yeah, Joel Embiid is still a really good player. That's not the issue to me is
Mhm.
you're going to take up that much of the salary cap if you are, because we already have to deal with the PG thing. We can't afford for you to just be a really good player and you make 65-70 million dollars a year.
I mean, this might be a hot take, real talk, but like I kind of think one of them is gone within the next 2 years. I don't think they're gonna keep that going like that.
No,
Honestly,
I
Wait,
mean
who?
that's not a hot
huh?
take at all.
Who? Joel, you
He's
mean?
saying Joel or PG. I
Oh,
think
So
I don't know. We get off
I
PG,
think
but yeah,
PG. If they can get off of him, I think they
I don't
move
know
him.
how.
Yeah.
I think Joel might be more movable than PG, which sounds crazy, but I mean,
No, he's definitely
I don't
more
know.
movable, even with the contract. And like I was saying, the conversation I had with one of my guys,
Yeah,
that's what we talked about yesterday. And again, sounds good in theory. And you look at the market and you start looking at what is acceptable, especially with how well Maxey and VJ are playing. Two totally different timelines. I get it. And it may make sense to move away, but you got to move away to something. You can't just
yeah.
move away. And when I look at the market, it's no chance in hell I'm moving Embiid, right? Like I can't see myself doing it, especially with he's on a 25-minute restriction right now. Obviously, I think that they extend that. Will it
I
ever
think he's
be
getting better
over?
every game too.
Exactly. And will it ever be over 33 minutes a game? Again, probably not. Probably a really good thing, though. And can Embiid be really impactful and effective in 33 minutes a game? Absolutely. Can he be best in the world? No. Can he still be a top 10 player? I think absolutely. And if that is the case with Maxey playing this well, BJ being this ready to contribute, and whatever PG comes back as, I think that's a really dangerous team. And I think it's something that, at least for the rest of this year, and if not next year, I'd so into if I'm the Sixers.
I think the
I,
best point that West just made too is like this team is not relying on Joel Embiid to be top 1, to be top 5. Now it's very early, right? That could very well change. I'm right. I'm 100%. But the fact that they're playing him on this and still winning games because of their backcourt, that can buy Joel the time to maybe turn into that player later down the season. Real talk.
I mean, maybe Joel. I mean, particularly this year because how the East is set up. Maybe you make a run for it this year. However, I'm viewing like Joel Embiid and LeBron to me are kind of in the same boat right now as far as like they're on teams that have these really good younger players now that's kind of taking over the team and saying, hey, if you want to move on from such and such, doesn't seem like the craziest idea anymore. And yes, they're both still elite players, right? But I just think it does get to a point where you sit there and look and it's like, I think this has just come to an end. I think the old Philly sitting here waiting to see what Joel Embiid is later on down the line as we increase his minutes and potentially ask him to play more basketball. I don't when is the last time that's like worked? Like I don't know. I'm ready for the 76ers. I think a lot of people in that franchise are ready to be like, hey, we got VJ, we got Tyrese. Yes,
Rebuild.
Joel Embiid right now could probably still definitely help our team. For the Lakers, yes, LeBron right now could still very much help the team. However, it's just ran its course, man. It's ran its course. It's ran its course.
Mm.
Mm. I'm not mad at
I'm
you. I'm
with
not
you
mad at you
on
for thinking that way.
LeBron. I'm with you on LeBron. Too soon for me with Embiid. Yeah, I can't do that yet. Because also, again, like I said, you got to show me the deal. If you can build the package that makes sense, all right, cool, let's do it. But I don't know. I'm not sure that it really exists. It definitely doesn't exist to me in a 1-for-1. The best deal I've heard thrown out potentially is like a Zubac deal, something around. But Zubac isn't like, respect to him, he's nowhere near enough for Embiid. So it's like Zubac and what?
Yeah.
Siri says hello, guys. But yeah, like so when it comes to that, I just it's tough for me.
It would have to be like a multi-team deal, and even with that, it's like, are you really getting the requisite value compared to just keeping him for at least one? Like, okay, my thing is this: do we all agree? Like, since maybe 20, I'll say 19, is this not their best window this year at doing something based on where the East is? Like,
By
I really
far,
think this is
I
the.
can see them, riding it out one more last time this year.
That's
to
all I'm
see,
saying.
You
Yeah.
know where it goes. That makes sense to me.
I think I think you have to. I think there is, to Wes's point, there is no deal coming forth out of nowhere. I don't think any team's desperate enough. But also, like, again, I mean, I found myself. Morey has been a controversial figure in Philly, to say the least. But he is constructing slightly better and better teams around Joel each time. And to the point of the Eastern Conference, like just a couple years ago against the Knicks, who ended up going to the ECF, that was a one need Embiid, Maxey first time in the playoffs situation. And that series almost went 7. Like, I can't help but feel like if you can just find a way between hobbled PG, hobble Embiid, and then everybody else, just claw and scratch your way into the playoffs, secure an actual like seed, and then ideally have a PG and Embiid ready to go in the offs. I feel like that might just find your way into the finals. Like that is your best chance. It's not a good recipe. It's not a recipe anyone should build towards. But I feel like that's the Sixers' only plan, is like just be alive long enough to get your best players a chance to win. That's all you can do. And I'm like, right now, what I'm looking at, that's Embiid's best chance. As a fan, that's my best chance. Because as soon as Embiid's gone, like, nosedive the following year.
Yeah.
Like, as good as Maxey and VJ are, they're not getting you 45 plus wins. They're not.
I mean, when you say
themselves,
Embiid's
no.
gone, oh, so you're talking like retirement?
Everything's on the table.
Yeah.
Embiid has kind of hinted at done after this contract. So if no deal,
okay, you're saying riding it out for the remaining. It's like 3 years, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying even
2029,
next season.
He's under contract till 2029.
Oh, so 4. Okay. Cool.
Even after next season, if they said, okay, we want to trade you, and the Embiid said, sure. Whatever we get back, it's still like just nosedive. Because you're still not really resetting the team until you get off of PG's money. Like,
I'll agree with that.
That's
okay.
good. Like, a competitive team could come back in a Joel trade. I don't see the.
I think we look at nosedive different. I don't see nosedive as like they're bottom of the East. I see nosedive as like they're not going to be like a top 5, top 6.
They're
like
a second round exit. What they've been for the past.
No, but worse than that.
Yeah,
I'm talking like play-in team.
Nah, absolutely
or
not.
Hopeful.
It's so it's $70 million, right? And I think whatever team is trading for Embiid is a team that is pretty good already and is
have to be
like just trying to upgrade. So I think there's something, unless the Sixers look at trading Embiid, I think it's how they approach it. They approach it from a standpoint of, once we move, we're hard reset. Okay, cool, I'm with Derek. If they approach it from, hey, we're going to move him and we want the best players that we could get in return, I think that team is still really good. Like, potentially, because it just depends on who they get back, you know? And I would love to see it.
Who's the best like big man talent you think you could get back realistically in a Joel Embiid trade?
I think
Wes
said it.
Wes brought up Zubac, right? And I think if you do a deal with the Clippers and you do like, let's say Zubac and who else is over there? JJ. You try to bring back like some POA on the wing or something like that. So Zubac and DJJ or something.
Derrick Jones. Okay.
Batum.
To me, I think yes, obviously Zubac is a worse player than Joel Embiid. but a lineup of Maxey, VJ, DJJ, PG, and Zubac is not nosediving in the Eastern Conference. That is not happening. And
A lot of can still get wins.
We are not taking into account enough, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Like, yes, Embiid better than Zubac. However, Zubac makes up a lot of that gap, especially compared to nowadays Embiid in games
Playing.
played and consistency as far as being available. Right? How much better is Joel Embiid in a 45 game sample size than Zubac is in a 70? Like, that's a lot
Two
of
tiers. I'm
Mm,
not quite there with you.
I mean, Zubac hasn't really been the same this year, but that's a whole other convo.
I just think like
early
what you're
season.
what you're saying though, you got to
Yeah.
think bigger picture, like bigger actual championship window, quote quote. That doesn't happen with a Zoo trade and a DJJ trade. Like, are you a good team in the East? Yes, but you're with the other like 7 good teams in the East. Like, good, not great. The Knicks aren't getting worse. Tatum would be back. Orlando would still exist. Cleveland's there. Pistons might actually be better. Giannis still exists. Like, those teams are still just as good, if not clearly better than the Sixers in that instance. So it's just like,
yeah,
what would the benefit be? Hence why I'm just like, look, as frustrating as the Embiid situation is, the grand hope is Embiid is healthier than he has been in a short stretch pre 2.5 years ago, because that player doesn't exist anymore. He sustained like injuries that didn't heal, yada, yada, yada. The reason why he's on a minutes restriction right now is to ramp him up to get back to the 32-ish that he could play at. If you can just have that player for the rest of this contract, where it's still probably not the actual MVP caliber he's been, but just all NBA-ish, that's the thing you have to just go out swinging with.
But my counter to that though is that if that's the Joel Embiid you're getting, then the championship window is closed right now. I think once you get past
the realistic
once
window
you get-
is, yes, you
once-
need good things to happen for a championship window to even be there.
once you get past this year, this season,
Yes.
to me, y'all have a good chance. Once the Celtics regroup, the Knicks keep whatever they got going on. If you're telling me Joel Embiid is hopefully 32 minutes a game, not the same elite top tier end player, I think to me that I don't think you're winning a championship. I'm already viewing the window as closed to begin with.
That's fine, but real talk, what I'm saying is what you said, and again, like if you want to change the hypothetical, it doesn't matter. But let's say you trade Embiid, and just for the sake of the analogy, Zubac, DJJ, whatever, like that is the same window, like it's the same closed window. So like I'm better off just going down with the ship with Embiid than trading Embiid, because I don't think you're going to recoup the assets. Like each year, the opposing team is just going to be like, well, how long do I even have with Joel? Why would I trade for the money? Like they can yap and do the same negotiating tactics that any other GM would. I feel like your best course of action is just build within what you have and have a layer of consistency, as opposed to trying like bring in new stuff that, yes, is good when it plays, but I mean, ultimately is lesser value. To me, that's the same window. So I'd rather just keep the window I have.
I mean, I hear you, but also to me, the longer you wait to trade Joel Embiid, the less value he's going to have, until like maybe you get to the absolute end with 1 year left, and then somebody's like, "Hey, we can maybe buy out the contract," or something.
I just don't see the trade happening.
See,
I hear you,
like,
but I just feel like it's like, you know, again, two different players. The LeBron analogy, like LeBron's not getting traded. Like now, obviously, LeBron's a far bigger draw, etc. There's other like clear variables at play here, but it's like this is the situation of like, yes, you have this asset where it's like, in trade like world, it would be great to move and like recoup assets, but it just isn't going to happen. So it's like you just got to keep the asset you have, good and bad, and just go down and live with what you got and build around said asset.
This might sound crazy, but I kind of think, and like I know this might sound out of pocket, but I think the value's already cooked. And I think if he continues to play and starts playing better, like these teams are very reactionary, right? If Embiid starts to play better than what he's looking right now, I would argue that would increase his current trade value right now. Because as it is, it's cooked, right? But the minute he's like, oh shoot, I'm looking all NBA. Oh, I actually played 60 games. I finished it out strong. Like that type of stuff will improve the trade value to a point where, okay, we can actually get something there. If I didn't already think it was cooked, I would be all the way with you. I think right now it's cooked. So to me, it's no harm in like seeing where this year goes. And then based off how the year ends, you have multiple young players that can continue to develop in the system and maybe get better next year. Like that's where this team is right now to me.
I'm with y'all. You finish out this year, see where that leads to. The East is more open than it's been in a few years. Cool. But if we come to the conclusion of this season and there's yet another Joel Embiid knee surgery and there's another Joel Embiid can't finish the year, like we're doing the same thing.
I agree with that.
Over and over again.
Yeah,
like
sure.
At some point, it's just better to move forward, move on from that. Even if you take a step back a little bit as a team, in my opinion, it's just you got to move forward from that era of your franchise. You don't
want to feel like you're tied down to this every single.
It's time to move forward. Bro.
Okay, well, hey, listen. Shout out to Philadelphia though, because they have been also a very fun team to watch. Because every game that they go to is a very close game that they have a chance to win. We obviously got to see how that continues to go, but I think it's time to have a conversation about another team in the Eastern Conference. The Boston Celtics, I've watched a good amount of their games, and there's a couple things I have to say to start. Number one, Derek White. This is a player that we talked a lot about so far. He's been shit, but what I will say, initiating, I think has been solid. I think his defense, especially with the blocks and steals, has been solid. The main issue is he's not making shots. I'm pretty sure from the field right now, he's currently shooting 32% or something like that.
He got 35-20 splits, man. It's putrid.
It's very wicked right now. But
48%
to me,
true shooting.
I don't. JB. Fucking clowns. Let's go West. Talk your shit. But I do feel like his numbers.
Oh, so many people said that on Twitter, man. So many people. And our I will say this though, hoops community. But go ahead, get it. My fault.
Yeah. I do think Derek White's shooting is going to improve, but I do want to say this because we're not nearly loud enough when players that we have issues with are playing well. Jaylen Brown has been pretty good. Like I can't like the movement, 3-point shooting, the off the dribble crit. Like I've seen improvements from Jaylen Brown, and to me, like the team as a whole, I'm sorry, man, but every game I've seen so far, West, for me at least, has been kind of the same. They get a great early start. It looks super good, and then in that late second quarter to third quarter, fourth quarter, they blow the entire lead, and now the game is like super duper close. And it feels like the shooting just isn't as consistent as it needs to be. And that front court, like we thought, is pretty much cooked. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to know where Boston is going to be. I still think they're kind of better than their record says, a little bit, but they need Derek White to shoot better. I feel like that's a huge part of it for me.
Yeah. To open the season, they lost 2 very close games. That Philly game, to Derek's point, it seems like they traded wins. It seemed like Philly was coming back in this one, and Philly actually should have won the most recent one for the in-season tournament. And then it seemed like that first one on opening night, Boston should have held on, and they could not. They did not. But to your point, yeah, my only critique of Jaylen right now, obviously, just turnovers. Got to
Yeah.
clean up your turnover economy. Other than that, I think he's been, I mean, a really special player this year. And I think his numbers also don't like. He had his game last night, and then he had the 15-point game against New Orleans where he got in foul trouble, so he couldn't finish. Those two games are bringing his overall production. It makes it look
Average,
like,
yeah, down,
yeah,
right,
but it's
yeah,
like, nah,
absolutely.
he's been really good as a first option when it comes to scoring the basketball, and the turnovers obviously just need to be cleaned up. But shooting has been a lot better. Will it continue? Who knows? Obviously, I don't expect him to shoot. I think he's shooting like 45% from three or something crazy. I don't expect it to stay that high, but if he can stay in the 38% range, that
That's
does
what you
so
want.
much for his game. Yeah.
Yeah,
And the mid range has always been good. Took a step back last year, but has improved. And like I said, last year, he was playing with a torn meniscus, had a wrist injury as well. You know, to Real Talk's point, playing through injuries, man, it affects you sometimes. Sometimes it looks great, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm pleased with what I've seen from him. Obviously, Derek White has been. I don't even need to add to that shit, man. It's overstood, man. But I think he'll improve as well. It's just part of the issue with like some of them are open, but some of them he's gunning.
he be chucking them shit sometimes
Yeah,
though.
so
Yeah,
like,
I
yeah,
agree.
but and I like honestly, I don't like what Joe Mazzulla's doing with Anthony and Pritchard. I think Anthony should
Mm.
start. I think Anthony he's a better creator. He's better at creating a shot.
I agree.
So I think that has to be switched. Like Pritchard, and I think Pritchard's more dynamic off the bench anyway. He's better against lesser talent. What he brings is better in that role, and I think people get too cute sometimes. And like I think their team could be better and have a higher ceiling if Anthony's starting and Pritchard's coming off the bench, even with Anthony's deficiencies. Now that front court, like they lost so much more than Tatum, and it like after the first two games, you know, people got on Twitter and they were trolling. And, oh, everybody wanted to see what first option Jaylen Brown hoops look like. Here
The
they
entire
are,
team
and
is
it's
different,
like,
bro. Like I
I
didn't
mean, that
understand that.
entire like, bro, niggas were calling for Tatum to be best in the world because they started off 0-2 or 0-3, whatever the fuck it was.
They
It's
were
like,
doing
nigga,
that.
come on, man. They lost so much more than JT. They lost Horford, lost Kristaps,
Cornette.
lost Luke Cornett, lost Drew Holiday, and JT. That's that's a starting lineup. Those are all very valuable fucking players, man. And I think you see it's a lot bigger than just one guy. And that's why, like earlier, I didn't want to, I knew we needed to get to the next topic. But this Celtic shit, it ain't just fixed next year because Tatum's back on the court. I think they got to do a lot of things with that roster to become bona fide. Like to say that 33-minute a game All NBA level player, no longer best in the world, but All NBA Joel Sixer team
Yeah.
can't compete with just Tatum being back on the court for the Celtics. I don't agree with that, not at all. And I think we got to see them do some things from a roster standpoint. I believe in Brad Stevens, so I think it will happen. But we need to see it, you know. And like Jordan might not looks like he's good. Hugo looks like he's solid, but I don't know if his role needs to be greatly reduced on a championship team, in my opinion. So they just
Okay.
got some things to work out, but I can see them staying in the play-in all year. Like I think they'll be better than the Charlottes. You know, a lot of teams that are below them, I think they stay above, and some of the teams that are ahead of them, I think they're in a tier with. So whether they move up or just stay right in the play-in, I think they'll have a bid for the playoffs.
How y'all feel?
Want to go first, real talk?
I mean, nothing special to say about the team. They're kind of mid. Jalen Brown's playing well. Um, Scoring wise, still turning the ball over at a great clip. I don't think that really ever gets cleaned up. I just think that's what's going to happen if he has high usage. But he is scoring the ball very efficiently. Derek White is he's going to turn around. I don't think Derek White is this bad. I know we're getting the jokes off and everything right now, but I mean we're what 6 games into the season or something like that.
Yep.
Derek White that'll even out. He's a good player. I do agree that Anthony Simons should be starting over Peyton Pritchard. Peyton Pritchard to me, he's the one kind of most even worse than Derek White in my opinion. Will be getting more quote unquote exposed, if you will. Not playing in a system that has 4 other viable 3-point threats out there with them, and kind of dealing with, hey, it's not nobody. There used to be so many possessions in the past 2 seasons with the Celtics where there was literally no defensive person in the paint. 0. Like you would look out there, and especially it would stick out too when they're at home, and the paint is green for them at home, and it's literally just green, bro. Like you beat your man, you're getting a layup, dead ass, and those were the offensive. That was the offensive ecosystem Peyton Pritchard has been operating under, and he was thriving under that ecosystem, but now he's playing with some bigs that can't shoot, and now there's rim help and rim deterrence, and you are starting now, so you're seeing better point of attack defenders more regularly and stuff like that, and so now you're seeing that he kind of is like a very good bench player, but in fact that is what he is, a bench player. And so I agree with Wes. I think Anthony should start. I do think they've had a couple surprises, like the Manite kid. He's pretty decent. The Hugo Gonzalez guy off the bench. He's
good effort out of him.
Yeah, he's been cool. Like they're getting to see some young talent we probably wouldn't see otherwise. But mid basketball team, Jalen Brown, I think that efficiency comes down also as the year goes along, and we'll be able to get off the Jalen Brown can't dribble with his left hand very soon.
The pre-hate is funny.
Yeah. Pre-hate. This team is definitely mid right now, but I feel like Stevens has the opportunity, or will have the opportunity, to cook, I think, pretty severely. One thing though is crazy, and maybe it's because they played my Sixers and my team's trash defense. The Celtics are second in percentage of points from the mid-range, which is kind of wild. Again, tiny ass sample, but like not something I would associate with the Celtics team, regardless of missing Tatum. Anybody want to guess who's number 1 so far in percentage of points coming from the mid-range?
From the mid-range,
it's Jalen Brown or Peyton Pritchard.
No, like other team.
Other team.
Yeah,
another team profile for the mid-range.
Not the Magic, but actually the Magic are low on this, which is
I would say,
again pointing to the Paulo soon.
It's either Houston or OKC. Something unexpected.
Maybe OKC.
OKC is 8th. Houston somehow I don't know how they're where are they? They're low.
Oh wow.
Oh, they're 9th. They're right below OKC.
Oh, okay.
Number 1 is Sacramento. Because
Sacramento middies. How could I forget? Yeah, Sac, yeah. Makes sense. That tracks, yeah.
And even with that, the Celtics are still leading the league in percentage of points at 41.5 off of threes. So they've somehow kept their 3-point identity despite missing, I think, their leading 3-point shooter, at least in volume anyway, off of Tatum. The Suns also are somehow second. Also wouldn't have picked them, but shout out to the Suns, I guess. The thing about the Celtics, it's like Anthony Simons, who probably should be getting more opportunity, I agree. But he, to me, was always just a stopgap player. He I don't see Stevens keeping him in any kind of way, shape, or form after this season. And that's $26 million that's going to open up. So you're going to have Tatum hopefully back to his powers. Jalen and D White still in this roster. $26 million open up, and then a bunch of other, because everybody else is basically making nothing on this team. It's a bunch of rookie contracts, except for Hauser and Pritchard, who are making $10 million and $7 million respectively. So to me, a good draft pick, which the Celtics could be staring at. They've got their own first and 3 seconds this upcoming season. And then $26 million, they can get a good size like forward or big, and then probably find it more in the draft. I think they're going to be fine. So even if they're not the championship team they were a couple years ago, they'll be right back in the hunt again. So I think Stevens is doing all right. Yeah, it would have been a lot cooler if they could have gotten like one big, but I get why they didn't keep Kornet. But yeah, just a messy team for now. But I think JB gets his season off like we predicted. And yeah, it's an opportunity for all these young guys. Like maybe you earn a roster spot next season.
I guess I don't understand the hesitance to start Simons because everyone says, "Oh, they're going to trade Simons." Yeah, we all know they're going to trade Simons. I think that's right. But my thing is, even if that's the case, wouldn't starting him to play him more minutes to showcase him to other teams raise his trade value? That's what I don't understand.
Yeah.
That's what I would think. I guess maybe they think his passing's not there. I mean, obviously, Mazzulla's going to trust the guy he's had before in Pritchard. So, like, that part makes sense. There's a loyalty there to your championship guard. But, I mean, I don't know. To me, they're very similar players. Like, I don't know if it's an effort thing and Pritchard will know the system better. But, like, what their strengths are, I feel like Simons and Pritchard overlap. So, I don't know why he doesn't play more. Because I would agree that sentiment. Unless they really think they're just going to like...
Unless they really want to keep him for next year, then...
Well, I think just ride out with what you have. Like maybe, like unless Stevens finds that nice contract he wants to use Simon's contract for, maybe don't trade for something you're not absolutely in love with. And then you just get off of the money at the end of the season.
And I think in fairness, I've actively watched them try to lose 2 games. Like so some of that may be playing a part of this because they act like, I'm sorry, dude, going to pay Pritchard 3 times in a row down the stretch. The game on the line, all you need is a bucket. You've got number 7 right there, and you say, let's go Pritchard. Pritchard, show me what you got. Show me what you got tonight, man. Yeah, so I think some that could be playing a part too. Like, hey, this year isn't to be competitive. This year isn't to contend. Right. So, let's kind of mute what, we don't want you to blossom completely because if you do, it could backfire. And I think everyone, regardless of how they feel about the 2 guys currently, I think everyone would acknowledge, hey, Simons has a higher ceiling. So, yeah.
Look, they're mid. It'll be fun to watch how these things grow, but I do want to transition to another team that a lot of people didn't think was mid. A lot of people felt like might have been the favorites in the Western Conference over the Thunder. And their start has been kind of up and down with the Denver Nuggets, man. I gotta say this, bro. I have been beating my chest, and I think Derek can co-sign. I don't know if I had this convo with Real Talk. I might have. It's early, so like I don't want to say anything that will really incriminate me. But the Cam Johnson gas, I'm like, all right, bro. Listen, he's a good player. Like he can be a phenomenal decision maker, all that. But it's high end ceiling to me. He's not going to consistently hit. And if we're being honest, the floor has been kind of bad too. Now, to be fair, I thought Christian Brown would look better. Christian Brown has also looked awful, really bad to start.
Really
That's been horrible, right? So, but I will say this: if you're Denver, I think the one thing that you're hopeful for I'm talking so serious.
Oh my God, people were really hyping Bruce Brown. In
They were
They
hyping up
really
Bruce
were,
Brown. Yeah,
bruh.
they were doing that shit too.
And Swiper was one of the main one. One of these days, we got to get Swiper to be a guest because he's gonna answer for that shit. Oh no, he's just the number one thing, Wes. You got to understand, he's just gonna be so much more consistent. You won't have to deal with the highs and lows. Absolutely,
Yeah.
because that nigga will never produce highs that Russell Westbrook produced.
There,
He will
yeah.
never
There it
get the fuck. So yeah, you don't.
I agree,
you'll
though.
never
I
get
mean-
28, 10 and 10 games, but guess what you will get? A bunch of single digit, low fire, low impact, but hey, he didn't have 3 turnovers, so must be better. But go ahead,
Great
man.
game.
Keep going, man.
Yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
talking that shit, man.
Like I'm gonna say this, right? I know MPJ was not like a player that I was high on 100%. I hear all that. But the rebounding that he provided and the shot set, like Cam Johnson just looks like an NPC out there right now.
Whoa.
Listen, I'm just being super honest with you. He like the biggest trait that I think I like Cam Johnson for, right? Like, okay, there's a chance that he can attack a closeout and maybe get to the basket better than MPJ. Have we seen Cam's finishing so far to start the year? Like it's not so like if you can't do that, you can't consistently get your shot off at the highest level. And also another thing that was gassed up, defensively, has Cam really been that great either?
No.
Like-
I mean, but I don't think now that's the one part where I think the people who are in the Cam camp have received unfair pushback for it. All people really said was, "Hey, Cam's a better defender than this guy," and I think
True.
Cam is a better defender than this guy. So it's
That's
not
still
about
true.
him being
Yeah.
elite. It's about Cam's better than MPJ, and I think he has shown that. Now, at times, has he been taken advantage of? Absolutely. At times, has he been bad? For sure. I just think, him being better than MPJ was the main point when it came to defense. But I'm with you on the rest of that shit. Like, offensively, he has not been as advertised, to say the least.
But there is a bright spot, though, okay? Here's the bright spot. Jamal Murray might be back. He's been playing some really good basketball. And to be honest, I was resigned to him just never really, like, showing a high level to start a season. Normally, he starts very, very clunky, and then at the tail end, he picks it up. But Jamal has been playing some like, outstanding basketball. So I just think the way people talked about this team coming into the season, where it's like if you said you had other teams competing with them that weren't OKC, people will kind of look at you, and I'm like, nah, like that's what I kind of thought this team was.
Yeah, the Cam Johnson's going to shoot the ball better. By the way,
He will.
That's
He will.
that's going to pick up. He's a great shooter. That'll pick up. Bruce Brown is not better than Russell Westbrook. I said that then. I'm going to repeat that statement now. The fact that people honestly thought that they were going to get something out of Bruce Brown that they weren't getting from Russ. Russ even defended well in Denver. Like, I don't even understand.
Yeah.
To me, Russell Westbrook should still be on the Denver Nuggets.
Thank
said
you,
that.
Brad.
I said
Thank
that too.
you for saying
I thought
that.
he was good for their team last year.
It's a glaring hole right now on their roster. Yeah,
Glaring.
Of course, like he has the turnover issues of whatnot, but he shot great from the area of the 3-point line that he's going to take most of his threes, which is the corner.
Mhm.
He was a great cutter for Nikola Jokic. He was a great ball handler. He was the second best passer on that team as well. Really good playmaker, great in transition still. And defend it. I don't know what Bruce Brown is going to do that's going to usurp that value that you got from Russell Westbrook. Now, I will say this. Denver is still a very scary team, but not because of the pieces that they added, but because of the pieces that were already there, and they just got like Aaron Gordon. I said this during the offseason.
Yeah.
If Aaron Gordon gets healthy, and now this is a 4 that can guard multiple positions, be a vertical spacer, and if that 3-point shooting is real, and now he can even attack a mismatch in isolation. I don't know. There's not too many better role players in the league. I don't really know. Like, what else do you want your four to do? You know what I'm saying?
That's a
And
really good
then
point.
Jamal Murray is hooping.
Hooping, bro.
And when Jamal Murray's hooping, that team is not somebody you want to see. It's just really that simple. If Jamal Murray can put the ball in the basket at a efficient clip on good volume, because we already know Nikola Jokic is going to be Nikola Jokic. He's going to be very efficient. He's going to pass the ball great. He's going to rebound great. And I'm also liking the defensive effort out of Nikola Jokic this year. Not saying I'm not finna lie and be, oh my God, he's a good defender, but like he's not he's not bad, you know. And I also see them going, and they tested it out in the preseason, and I'm expecting for this to carry on throughout the rest of the regular season and postseason. I'm expecting to see a lot of zone from Denver. And I think that you know, he's best in a zone. To put it just quite frank, he's best defending in a zone. And if that can level out for them, they're going to be an elite offense with Jamal, Aaron, and Nikola Jokic. Like, this is still a very good team. It's just they're not a very good team because of bum ass Brown. Like, that
was making me so mad, obviously, because they really spent a long time gassing that Bruce Brown shit.
Yeah, man, and it's really unfortunate. Like, I just really wish I could be a fly that somehow never got killed and would just hover around the team, man. Because it is amazing to see, like, you start to say, well, where there's smoke, there's fire. And everywhere Russ goes, he rubs somebody the wrong way. But there are always, everywhere he goes, he also has a lot of people who advocate for him and who go really, really hard for him. And hell, say, nah, I want him here. So the fact that has continued, and organizations have said, hey, I don't care. We'll give it to you for a year. But after that, like, because truthfully, that organization decided, hey, we want to replace him. We don't give a fuck what he's done. It wasn't worth it to us. Cool for a year. We don't want to have to deal with the highs and lows. And I think some of that comes from, like, I think the internet fodder really bothers some of these organizations. I think the extra coverage that comes with having him on the team, which is sick, because it's like, nigga, I had my prime. I'm out of my prime. Let me just keep playing basketball and keep, just being a professional. But there is extra coverage wherever Russ goes. And I think maybe that, I don't know. It's just, it is insane, the mental gymnastics that people go through to convince themselves that players who are not better than him are better than him. And it's just really disheartening, man, because he really should still be there. And he provided so much. Like, there was a point in that season where he was outperforming Jamal, and granted, Jamal was dealing with some things on and off the court. So, cool.
I can name the games, too.
Russ is, like, the two-man game he had with Jokic, the fact that they broke, like, his one season, he had more assists to Jokic than any player had ever had, I think, playing beside Jokic in the season. And he was coming off the bench. Like, those things, that shit shouldn't have been just swept under the rug and summarily dismissed. What he did in the first round, albeit, somewhat.
They don't win that Clippers series.
Exactly, man. Come on, dude. So, to just see it play out the way that it did, and to see those new players, the additions, you're getting what you're going to get from Tim Hardaway Jr. He's going to have feast or famine.
He's a very interesting guy.
He's already had a few games where it's like, yo, we need that. That's an element that we just didn't have last year. Cool. But the Bruce Brown gas, I was in the camp. So I'm not going to completely turn. Like, I do want to see him play better basketball, but I felt like it would be an upgrade. And so far it has not been. MPJ, especially seeing what he's doing in Brooklyn, They suck, but he's going and getting it, man. And he's efficient in doing so. Like he's showing, hey, my deficiencies are my deficiencies, but the thing that I'm elite at, I'm elite at.
Yeah.
You know, and now that I have even more opportunities and more of a rhythm, I'm even more comfortable, and I'm not having as many lulls. Although again, 7 games, but yeah, man, for Denver, I think they'll be fine. Obviously, the Portland game got away from them at the end.
That was a great game too.
You know, Golden State, just put it on them. You know, game 1. Shout out Golden State, man.
Shout out Portland. Shout out Portland.
I definitely shout out Portland.
I think they'll be all right.
I want to hear how Derek feels about that. I just want to say the reason why I led with Cam is I'm actually with Wes, right? I was on the Cam side. I was. But it was getting to a point where people were like, Cam Johnson is just a flat out better shooter than MPJ. I'm like, all right, bro. Like, he's the upgrade, cool. But they try to act like, no, he's the upgrade that makes them the favorite in the West. Like, he is the, and I'm like, I don't know if Cam Johnson and Bruce Brown are the guys that are going to be the reason. But how do you feel so far, Derek, about the Nuggets?
Yeah, I mean, like you guys, I was definitely on the Cam train as well. Still because can't stand to listen to MPJ speak. But as far as what Cam's done as a player, it's not been good enough. And Wes is right. MPJ's getting his game off in Brooklyn, despite Brooklyn not being able to get a game off. But I will say, like, the Nuggets, I'm not too worried about. I do think Cam's shooting will normalize. His role will get better. To the Russ point and what they're missing right now, as far as it does feel like kind of that X factor, like the juice, if nothing else. I definitely think Denver thought they could just replace it with the numbers game, because I think they knew last year they were hurting on depth, and that was clear as day because Russ was put into positions a player at his age probably shouldn't have been, and he definitely pulled through multiple times. But they were still hurting for answers at like a bunch of other places. So they said, okay, we bring Bruce back. He was part of the championship team. That's cool. Moving off of MPJ's money gave them the flexibility to go out and get Cam, Bruce, Tim, help sort of to repay or sign Christian Brown to that extension, Valanciunas, like, and quote unquote real backup big for Jokic. So they just thought depth was the answer. And I still think for like the bulk of the regular season, it can be. But to that point of like, yeah, you are kind of missing that playmaking boost when Jokic hits the bench. Murray's awesome, and he's been a bucket. Can he actually lead, a Jokic-less offense?
Right.
In like for playoff runs? I don't know. Aaron Gordon might just be like Mecha Man. I don't know what he is, but he's seemingly getting better and better every year. So they might have like that third option, but I think they were higher on Strother as well, who also just barely had like touched the floor. So
man, that's
like he showed flashes last season, and my assumption was like, okay, if you don't bring back Russ, then there's your like backup guard. But he hasn't. I don't know if him and Alderman don't get along or what, but he doesn't see the floor. So I don't know. I feel fine with the Nuggets. I do feel like it was a stretch to pick them over the Thunder. Like, too many other factors at play. But also, like, Jokic just needs to be a better scorer. So it's like...
We haven't talked about that part yet.
That would fix some things. Like, if Jokic could just add 5 or 6 more points, they should be fine.
You think it's about being better or more aggressive?
I mean, low-key both. I do think he was handled in some of the games offensively. To the Golden State game, if I'm not mistaken, that was like, what, 12 or 13 3-point attempts? Something like that.
Yeah. Game 1, it was bad. I think since game 1, it's just been lack of aggression. But yeah.
At which, like, again, is kind of acceptable, but only for so long. I don't know. The offense clearly needs you. So it's like you got to get some shots up.
He goes into these I'm not shooting stints. I don't really get it. I guess he sees like, oh, Jamal's cooking, Aaron Gordon's playing well. I can just kind of chill on my scoring volume per se, I guess. But I mean, look, they still have, what's their record like, 3-2 or whatever?
They are 3.
Yeah, 3-2. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Tough loss to the Warriors, and the other losses to who?
Portland.
Portland.
Oh yeah, they just
Yeah.
yeah. I think that game, like, didn't Jokic have like 2 points in the first half or something like that? Or
Nah, he actually he had 13 if I'm not mistaken. He didn't shoot a lot. He had 6 shots in the first half.
okay, I knew.
Right.
Yeah.
And then in the second half, if I'm not mistaken, well, I'll just pull it up. But in the second half, he didn't shoot a lot either, and he ended up missing the game-winning bucket. Or game tying, not even game-winning. But yeah,
Mhm.
in that game, he took 10 shots, 6 in the first half, 4 in the second. Like, so
Yeah,
that's what it is that he's doing. He was 7 for 10. And again, with that 10 shots, it was really 9. Like, that 10th shot came on the very
Mhm.
last play of the game. So it's stuff like that where that's why why I'm saying I think it's just aggression. And yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what to make of it. I typically never have it because like in 2023, he took 14 shots a game that year.
Yeah.
You know, so like I think he's shown I can be very effective. Obviously, I can be best in the world caliber, being lo-fi in terms of volume. Took
He only
14
took
shots that
14
year.
shots a game in
Yeah, he
20.
took 14 shots in 23. That's the year you felt like Lucas should have won MVP. And I was telling you it was a volume thing to me because he took 14 shots. I think that's the year. It might have been 24 though, but no, it was 24. It wasn't 23. Excuse me. That 24 he took 16 shots a game. But yeah, in 23 he took 14 shots a game, averaged 24 points a game. So like I just think that's who he really wants to be, I'll say. Like that's who he wants to be. He wants to be a guy who doesn't take a lot of shots and who's orchestrating. He's just a conductor. But to
Yeah.
Derek's point, and Real Talk's point as well, gifted as well, he's gotta be like, give me the ball, I'm gonna go score. Okay, Cam, if you're struggling right now, and like in that Portland game, Aaron Gordon was really struggling.
Mhm.
You can't take 10 shots if Gordon and Cam, Bruce Brown. I mean, not Bruce Brown, but Christian Brown
You got to pick your
hasn't
spots
been
better.
what he was. Like you got to go get it, man.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that I don't know. I think he doesn't give a fuck. To be real, I think he's like, we'll win our 50 games. Let's get to the playoffs. But I think that's kind of inexcusable right now.
I think he likes also being a high efficient player. As far as
Yeah.
the statistics go, I know people don't like to. Players care about their stats.
They do.
I'm letting you know right now, players care about their stats. I also think he farms the triple double thing a bit as well. So yeah, he's
That's
playing like,
controversial. Don't say that. Only Russ is a stat pattern, dude.
no, it's definitely not just Russ. No,
If everyone had the ability, they would.
Man, I want to quickly read this off to y'all too, right? So right now, Jokic is averaging 13 shots a game. If you go game by game, he took the most shots versus Golden State, 8 for 23 on 13 threes. He made 2. The very next game, he takes 8 shots, 10 shots, 15 shots, 10 shots. After the Golden State game, like he has significantly dulled down his shots. But what's also funny about these games is they've also just been belt to ass. I mean, they blew out the Suns. They beat the shit out of Minnesota. That was crazy. And then Portland,
Pelicans.
my fault. Pelicans got, blitzed too. And then Portland was like their only all the way close game. I do feel like if they begin playing better competition where it's not just a coast fest all the way through, it's going to force his hand to have to shoot more. I do believe that.
Yeah, that's true.
and didn't play that Minnesota game, right?
No.
Yeah, and didn't play.
Nah.
Which I will say that is another team that I'm just I don't know how to view them. It's crazy because Randall is playing his best
Randall's
basketball,
playing
correct?
great basketball.
Oh my
right?
God.
He's
Gosh,
playing
he-
phenomenal hoops right now, right?
He's amazing, man, and I can't get that guy enough credit. His ability to see things in his game that he needs to work on or he wants to get better at, and again, so he's not a player I like. I don't. I do not like him. That
I might like him
said,
now.
he has been able to improve. Like, just it's really impressive to see guys who, because it shows how much you care about the work. I think it does show a level of just seriousness and professionalism, and he's had so many different iterations of his game, and it's neat to me. So shout out to that guy.
Yeah, I just gotta say how it is, bro. And I hate saying this. I'm gonna have to wave the white flag, man. Rudy is becoming more like I'm seeing the decline, and like it feels so bad, Wes, because it's like the shit people say about him that wasn't true 2 or 3 years ago. It started to become true, and it's like, but I promise you, that's not how it was 3 years ago. Like he is declining rapidly. They don't have real guard play. I'm sorry. The idea that they thought we could try Dante
3 years ago that he wasn't a good offensive player.
No, that's always been true. I'm not
Yeah,
like
that's always been
like
true, yeah.
no. I'm saying like there's been defensive fall off, and I'm seeing more of that this year. But the idea that they're trying to run Dante at point, like I'm sorry, if we got to think about Dante as a point guard, I just don't really love that fit. Their young talent is not where they want it to be. I don't know where y'all fall on like if Rob Dillingham deserves actual NBA minutes at this point. Is that cooked to y'all? Like I don't know.
All I'll say is I'm not a fan. I have never been a fan. You've got to be extremely tough or extremely dynamic or both to be 150 pounds. It's too little. It's too little.
He's
I don't think that works. I've never been a fan of that. And like he's taller. Like AI is the smallest player to me who's ever been like elite. I mean, I could be wrong about it. Like some people may say Isaiah Thomas, although I think IT may have weighed more, but maybe he weighed the same. But it's like, yeah, you can't. And I'm not talking like the 5'8" IT. I'm talking because he was stocky. I'm talking
yeah, for sure.
Pistons IT. But yeah, I don't believe in players who are that tiny. And that nigga's little, man. He's not strong. And he feels like a gimmick player. But might as well give him some minutes because you traded up for him. Gotta play him. Gotta see what you have in him.
I agree. I wasn't big on Rob Dillingham in the draft for the same reason. Them little players, man.
And that era is over. That era is over. Real talk. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that era is over, unfortunately. And he's skinny and short. Like, be one thing if he was skinny, but he was like 6'6" and long arms, maybe. But he's 6'1" ish and skinny, and then he's not an explosive enough athlete. Like the reason why AI got away with that is because he was like the fastest player in the league or the quickest player in the league. Like Rob's not that either. So it's like they were banking on his shot making translating from college. Because I think like in college, he was a really good that was the one thing about him in college. He shot the ball tremendously well. Like I think he was like damn near 50, 40, 90 guy in college or something like that.
Yeah.
So they were hoping like, he counteracts the lack of athleticism with the shot making ability, but that hasn't really translated to a great degree. But the young player I'm actually interested with them, they're gonna need Terrence Shannon to be better.
Terrence Shannon gonna have to be better.
I think they're looking at Terrence Shannon to be the replacement of Nickeil, basically kind of fill that role. Because they lost Nickeil obviously to Atlanta. And I'm kind of high on Terrence Shannon. I think opposite of Rob Dillingham, great athlete, right? Has the size, has the physical traits to be a really good role player in this league. And I think just he has to get the reps. I just think he has to get more on court experience. And I think by the time we get to like January, we'll be seeing a pretty good Terrence Shannon. But it's going to take a little time.
Yeah, this is an odd team. I do want to ask Derek this as a person that like actively monitors things in the league, right? Like this team has a point guard problem. There is a point guard that has had his name in the news very loudly lately. Any shot to you, Derek?
I don't think so. You don't suspend a player with the thoughts that you're going to trade him. I feel like Memphis suspended Ja in the hopes of like, look, the kiddie wheels are being taken off. You need to grow up. We've put up with a lot of what you've done in the past few years, right and wrong, mind you. Like I think all agree the league overreacted from a previous incident on Ja. But I feel like, look, like Memphis needs to take a turn at some point, and Morant needs to be a leader. So it's like, okay, we still want that to be you, but you need to take it seriously. So that's why I think that suspension happened. I don't see Memphis trading him to Minnesota. I don't think Minnesota has enough of what Memphis would want back. They do have a point guard problem, though. I agree. Dillingham, he is too small for the league. I think he would have been a gadget guy had it all worked out, but not a starting PG, right? It's a shame. Mike Conley is 65 because he would have been awesome if you had a prime version. I feel like we would take Minnesota so much more seriously, but Mike just can't do it like he used to, not for more than 15 minutes a night consistently. So I don't know what it is. Like the first thing I stare at when I look at this Minnesota team, especially if you've got Randall and, to a lesser extent, Gobert doing what they're doing, Nas is the odd man out. Like you paid him, but I don't see it long term. I don't.
I won the war.
I like Nas Reed is a cool player. He was a luxury to have, but you can't afford what you're paying him now long term. Like you're gonna need either the next wing or the next guard to pair next to Ant. Nas ain't gonna be that player. So as much as I know they love him, the city gave him a key already in a Holiday. Like it sucks, but he's the odd man out.
I think you get more value for moving him too.
Right. Like I think you're getting something back. Like you're not doing it with Gobert. You're definitely not doing it with Randall. Not right now. There's no one else to move. J-Mac is the only other player currently that matches Ant like from an age perspective for the timeline. So I don't feel like you want to give up on J-Mac either, especially because he started off hooping.
Yeah.
Nas is the only odd man out as far as an asset. Otherwise, you're stuck and you don't want to punt like the core that you have. So I feel like the trade is Nas and hopefully get a guard.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. People keep trying to put Drew Holiday in Houston. I think Drew Holiday on this team makes a lot more sense because the other problem I think at point guard is they need someone to guard down better than Jaden. I think Jaden as a roamer should be utilized more.
I agree with that. I'm glad you said that because that's very true. Yeah.
Well, I don't even agree. I think Jaden can still be a POA. He just can't be a POA on guards anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
Asking Jaden to be like, hey, go guard Ja Morant is like, no, that's not. I know that's a bad example.
Yeah, not even Austin Reeves, like right there. Like,
yeah, right, right.
But like
putting him on a Reeves.
Reeves. Yeah, like he needs to stop guarding these guards. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But on top of that, though, I think the other thing with Jaden is like, okay, lost maybe a tad of foot speed. Let's start putting him on wings. But then it's like, well, the physicality of some bigger wing, like a Luka babies him a lot. You know what I'm saying? So you run into that problem. But I still would rather see him on wing players than
Yeah,
these little guards nowadays.
absolutely.
Bro.
Because
Absolutely.
what you lose in foot speed, or in strength against wings, you can make up with sometimes with your length, and just say, okay, you may be able to body me and create a little bit of separation, but I can make up for it with my wingspan. He's not. You can't contend with shifty guards, like that. So
And
I'm right there with you.
Jaden's best asset is being a deterrence because of his length. And like
Yeah.
that's the thing. It's when you put him on the guard, and we saw when Reeves hit the game winner. It's like he gets stuck on a screen for half a second. Now he's just out of the play, and now
Leave me
your
down on
defense
screen.
just shrunk.
Mhm.
Especially if you're starting Mike. Like Mike, he's smart, but he's just too damn small already. On top of being slower, so like if Jaden's guarding a wing who might not have the ball, well, the wing and it could be anybody, but that wing's probably not getting the ball because Jaden can just face guard better than anybody. And like that pass ain't getting through. So yeah, I mean, Drew, I don't see where the money works because like I think Mike or Adante would have to be included to make the money work for Drew. But the starting five would be sadistic. Drew, Ant, Randall,
I think I would
Gobert,
do that.
and
Though. Like
J-Mac.
I'm not much of a Dante believer after the Knicks version. I think he's been very mid for the majority of his time on
For
the
sure.
Wolves.
I mean, can
honestly.
do you feel like is that just a death blow to your depth? Because after losing Dante and Nas, it's literally just Mike, Rob, the rookie, Terrence Shannon, and Jalen Clark is still in this team.
That's why I think I will go away from it. I think for everything, I think everything Derek said about Nas is true. I think with Rudy being worse, you can't afford to move him.
Yeah.
Because especially looking at how they played, this playoffs, they went away from Rudy a lot, and they went to Nas. And I think that is their only, obviously they're not going to go to the rookie, at least I think now, not yet. I think Ant would be really disappointed with that.
Yeah.
And they owe him more than that. So I think they're kind of stuck. I think there's an opportunity to potentially move Dante in like a 1-for-1 deal. It just depends on what comes available and what team may want him. But maybe there's a market for Dante and there's some juice there at some point in the season. But I think they just got to kind of ride it out, survive the 2 weeks with no Ant, and then just keep your head down and see where things may
I know
fall.
a team that could use Dante.
Who's that team?
Lake Show.
Come on, dude.
All right. Just want to hoard all the whites now.
We hanging up the phone. Man.
You know what? That is yet another.
Just want to hoard all the whites now. I see you.
Oh man, we gotta have the most in the
we gotta
NBA.
we gotta get to those whites, man. At least one of them for sure. Nah, like
I think we can end off today at least giving flowers to Austin Reeves because he did carry so much, and then this man literally comes back and here's another 40. Heard that, Derek?
Heard that?
I literally mentioned Reeves game winner in the analogy.
Why you smile guilty?
I acknowledged it. It happened.
Man, Derek just
bucket.
for whatever reason does not want to give Reeves his credit, man.
It's because Maxey is often the sacrificial lamb to prop Reeves. As soon as that stops happening, Reeves can have all the credit he wants.
I'm saying you got to stop acting like Maxey way better than Reeves, though.
Look, this is where we lose the plot. This is where we lose the plot. This is where we lose the plot, Wes.
You know what? Yeah, let's get an AR-15 ban. The facts, great. There we go.
Yeah,
you could have had me as a supporter, but then you got to do that. No,
bro. Also, first off, I wasn't talking about trading Reeves a week ago, maybe 4 weeks ago, but a week is crazy. But Reeves, He surprises me every single time. It's like As soon
Fair.
as I think he's just he's probably this good, but he's not that good. But then he's like that good. And it's like, well, damn, like, why isn't he in the same tier? Why isn't a player, when given the opportunity every time, he gets to averaging 30 on great efficiency? We see him have a 51, 11, and 9 game. He turns around and gives Drew Holiday and Tamani Kamara 40. And then we went to Minnesota and had a 28 and 16 game. Like, damn, how much he got to do to be like, you know what? Maybe Austin Reeves is a serious guard in this league that we need to actually give him his just due.
I think he's a serious guard. I just think that, again, to Derek's point, the people who are pro Reeves just go too far. I lied to you not, bro. I saw a tweet and this shit went viral, bro. Austin Reeves is the best sub 6'6" guard in
Under
the league
6'6",
outside
yeah.
of Brunson, Ant, and there were two more, Steph, and there was one more player in that. Outside of Brunson, Ant, Steph. Help me with that other player. It's not coming.
D-Mitch?
I know what you're talking
D-Mitch?
No,
about.
it wasn't D Mitch, and that
No.
really pissed me off. But it was not D Mitch.
Yeah, D-Mitch actually wasn't there.
It wasn't Booker either, and that really bugged me. There was one more player. It may have just been those three though, but I think it was one more player.
Maybe
in the
Booker.
interest of moving the conversation forward, it wasn't Book though, because
Oh,
I
okay.
wrote Book's name down and it bothered me. But like, it's that. It's hey, Reeves is amazing. He's outperformed. It absolutely wasn't Trey, but he's amazing. He's outperformed all expectations, etc. And when we talk about a prospect really booming, like the linear improvement for real.
Yeah, it's crazy.
In a sense, has been, second to very few, I'll say. But come on, man, people just take it too far, man. Like, he's not better than Devin Booker. But those are real conversations that are being had right now by people. Nah, it's not
exactly. That's what I mean. Like, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Real talk. Is Austin Reeves hooping? 100%. He is. Give him all the shine. Having said that, I was in your room 2.5 weeks ago talking about trade packages for him. So, and I did, and you were in them. It wasn't just me. So, like, he's a great player. He does have some flaws, and he also has been like super successful for y'all. Like, is a really good player. We just can temper the comparisons. That's all. That's all.
I'm saying maybe I was wrong 2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah,
that's
see,
fine.
And that's great, man. Except he gonna give you a stinker back-to-back nights once you hit that back-to-back, and then we're gonna fire up the trade machine again. I'm gonna remind you of this combo.
But I am getting to a point also with him. It's like, yeah, I mean, players are gonna have bad games. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna obviously he's not gonna play great every 82. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna have some bad games. What I'm saying though is, these ceilings he's hitting, it's not like it's a lot of players in the league hitting these ceilings. I'm sorry. You can give some of these other players as much opportunity as
nigga, stop.
You're not getting
Sadiq.
a 51.
Nigga, I saw
Sadiq
Bago drop 50.
Weren't there like 13 guys who got 50 last year?
I did just see Aaron Gordon drop 50 against my team.
Bro, Aaron Gordon got that off spot 3. Can we not?
No, whoa.
He had 10 threes. He had 10 threes.
Spot
50 is 50.
He shot 17 and 21. He shot 17 and 21 game.
I've seen hell like.
But I'm saying he's getting. Reeves is going down there creating the offense.
Hello. I saw Lou Williams do shit like this. What the?
Lou Williams was not
I don't know. Williams go off.
I saw Lou Will drop 50.
I saw Lou go get 40 balls. I saw Jamal Crawford do this.
It's the creating aspect of it, though.
Reeves is better. I'm not saying Reeves isn't better.
Yeah,
I'm gonna rein it in. My point is, I don't want to overreact to him peaking out really, really high because a lot of players have had amazing games. I think the thing with Reeves is his consistency, his creation, and offensively, he doesn't really have holes. I'm gobsmacked. Like, I'm dumbfounded. I did not see this in this guy. I thought he would be a good player, and I was saying that when Russ was on that team. I thought he was a player who should have been given more opportunity even the first year. as a rookie. Like it was very clear he understood basketball. But yeah, I just think people go too far with it. Like Reeves is great. Reeves is not better than Devin
I just want to know
Booker.
where the combo is though, because remember, right? Like 5 days ago. No, sorry. At the beginning of the season, if I told you Austin Reeves is better than Ja Morant and Trae Young, niggas is not like proudly wearing that as a jacket. Right now, that's being proudly worn. Right now.
Well, I mean, it should. It should be though.
I kind of would have
I
wore
got
it.
the jacket on.
I would have wore it more for me.
In the offseason, you would have worn it?
You know I was low on both of them.
Austin Reeves, though.
That
you would have
been
said
the tough
that
part. Nah, I would have had.
That's all I'm saying. Like. So listen. If he's better than those types of talents, we're basically saying he's knocking on being a top 25 player. Is really what we're saying.
I think. I mean, like.
Yeah.
In fairness, I think
30.
he's
So why is he not the same tier as Maxey?
Top 30. I mean, I think Maxey is better. It's not
no. It's us thinking Maxey is better.
Yeah,
he can be in the tier. That's fine.
I think Maxey's better than Reeves.
Maxey's just
I think
better.
Reeves still has to show, for what it's worth, man. Amazing play. I think he's got to show some more before I can be like.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Can we just say it? Niggas don't believe in this shit because he's not doing it with LeBron and Luka on the floor. I think that's what it is. I think people don't believe that this same Reeves is gonna.
Obviously, he's not gonna average 30 with LeBron and Luka playing.
Yeah, get that. Like, it's actually the opposite for me.
Agree.
I believe in it. I believe in it more because, like, I know he can do this if there's no one in his way.
I'm with you there.
Like, not two players. And I think this, may be the last part of our convo, but I think it's time for fuck all this. Oh, LeBron can't get traded. Hey, buddy.
Now that's the conversation.
Figure out a new home. Please, buddy, figure out a new home. We could play this little, we need the revenue from the retire. Bump it. It's a new era. It's a new day. I think you need to be trying to fill out, because I think it's really clear. He's gonna garner $40 million. They're gonna have to give it to him.
They're gonna have to pay him.
He's gonna be the guy beside Luka, one of the guys. And I think it's time for LeBron to, go find a new home, man. Let's try to expedite this process as opposed to, because it doesn't feel to me that LeBron's retiring this year.
No.
So how long are we going to drag
this? I really thought he was.
Send him back to Cleveland. You can retire in Cleveland. Cleveland give us Jared Allen, DeAndre Hunter, and maybe throw in Lonzo. Go over there. Go over there, LeBron. Play with Evan Mobley, D. Mitch, contend for a title. We'll have our role players that we need. It's a win-win situation. And you get to retire. And I know that LeBron has played, 7-8 seasons now in Los Angeles. He had his time in Miami. LeBron is a Cleveland Cavalier. That's who he is. That's where he won the most impactful championship. That's where he's from.
Rod is great. That's a great
start. In Cleveland. Give us DeAndre Hunter, Jared Allen, and Lonzo. It's a win-win situation. That's where he should retire.
You want to move off of Ayton for Allen?
Why Ayton got to move?
I do that in a heartbeat.
I'm saying Ayton be the backup. What you talking about? Move.
Yeah.
Ayton be the backup center.
Yeah, move to the back.
He said move to the back. You gonna keep both of them. See, that's that green shit they be talking about, man. Like
that's a solid center rotation then.
LeBron's got the no trade clause though. LeBron's
he's not getting traded unless he wants to get traded.
Yeah, I got traded for the throw. But I don't think so.
You better make peace with it, man. Sometimes death comes a knocking.
Man.
Sometimes it comes a knocking, but shout out Reeves. He
definitely hooping.
Has gotten off to a great start. Has improved his game so much. That's the biggest thing. Like, if there are any kids listening, work on your craft. You are never defined by where you start. You are never defined by that. And Reeves is quintessential example of that. Was a player who had a lot of room for improvement. Got in the lab and did it. He improved. So that's what's up.
Yeah, but we've been live for a while here. It is time to bring this convo to end. First off, I think we covered a lot, and there's still a lot we didn't even touch because this is like I can firmly say now, like this has been one of the best NBA opening starts that I've seen in quite some time, and there's still going to be a lot more crazier games upcoming too. So I'm hyped for that. I would love to get y'all on sometime, either next week or the week after, to like further break this shit down. But great combo, man. I feel like we touched on a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. 8 topics. We never do this.
Yeah, 8 topics is pretty good.
We've only been live for 2 hours 40 minutes. It feels like it hasn't been that long to me because we covered so much. To your point, so I love it. I thoroughly missed talking hoops, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah, and shout out to the 90 people in here, man. It peaked higher than that. So shout out to y'all rocking with us for Sunday. You know, it's football, and y'all in here to hear 4 guys talk about basketball, man.
Yeah, big shout out to Derek, Wes. All of the links are going to be here. Also, tap in to Real Talk. I'm pretty sure you're going to be live later for the games, right? Real Talk now.
Yeah, we'll definitely be live later. We've been live pretty much every single day since the season has started. I'm trying to hang my hat on consistency. Been doing great as far as the playback. We've been doing great on YouTube. We actually have a 1 to 10 video out right now that we just dropped this morning. Already about to hit 2K views in like 2 or 3 hours. Shout out to Mario being in the thumbnail. I knew you thirsty niggas would click.
You put Mario in the thumbnail.
I knew that would work, and I was absolutely right about that. So shout out to y'all. And yeah, man, definitely miss, talking hoops with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I thoroughly enjoy when we do these episodes, man. I get to talk some basketball in a more condensed, logical sense. And, I don't have to deal with, people from Ohio yelling that LeBron's still the best player in the league at 41. So that's fun.
Hey, man, shout out Ohio, man. Yeah, nah, man. I don't know about y'all, but like I've had a very turbulent start. I've tried to be consistent as much as possible, but I legitimately have been sick. I got asthma and shit, and it's getting colder, so I have not been as attached. But I do have a spreadsheet this year. I'm tracking all the games I'm watching. I'm watching full on possessions, and I think a lot of our agendas aren't going to really thrive until November or December hoops. So can't wait to see exactly how that looks. But again, tap in with everyone. I'll make sure the next one that we're like a bit more public on when we'll go live. I'll have like a earlier post and whatnot. I'm assuming the entire NBA is going to look a lot different in these next 2 weeks or whatever that process looks like. But give everyone support, man. Enjoy your Sunday afternoon. Any closing comments from the three of you? You can go ahead.
Somebody come sign Russell Westbrook, bro. Trade for us. Do anything,
Yo, the king,
man.
Free him.
Just save us, man.
For another
Save
job.
my dog, man.
Yeah, bro.
That's it. Save my dog, man. I don't know if I can continue watching Kings hoops at 10:30 at night, bro.
I know it's hard.
Wake up early in the morning just to see them suck and shoot mid ranges and watch Dennis dribble the air out the ball. But man, salute, fellas, man. Y'all know I appreciate y'all, and I love this, man. Really love this shit. So that's what's up.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to the next one. Catch y'all later.
Cool. Well, have a great day, people. I'm gonna go take me a shower and recoup. Have a good one, y'all.